Maryland State Police confirming to Fox News Digital that 34-year-old Jack Ziz Lasota and 32-year-old Michelle Zashko were arrested over the weekend on a number of charges. Lasota, the alleged leader of the cult-like transgender group known as the Zizians, that has been tied to the killing of CBP agent David Chris Molland near the Canadian border in January, along with 5 other homicides in Vermont, Pennsylvania, and California. A nationwide manhunt was launched for Zashko following the CBP murder. She allegedly bought the guns used in the shooting and is considered a person of interest by prosecutors in 3 other murders, including the murder of her parents. Pennsylvania police say the gun used in the murder of the agent was the same used to kill Richard and Rita Zashko in 2022. There's more on the story at foxnews.com or subscribe to the Fox True Crime Podcast. I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute.
Still talking. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. President Trump says negotiations will continue to end the war in Ukraine.
Russia invaded Ukraine, President Trump says, but adds.
But I'm telling you, Biden said the wrong things. Zelensky said the wrong things.
The president joined Brian Kilmeade on Fox News Radio.
Russia could have been talked out of that so easily. That should never have been a war. And all those dead people shouldn't be dead, and all those cities shouldn't be demolished right now.
President Trump has ratcheted up his criticism of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, labeling him a dictator. The administration is trying to secure a deal with Zelensky for access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A day after he was confirmed, Kash Patel will be sworn in as FBI director.
Well, he wants to get people back out in the streets, into field offices across the country. He will be sworn in by Attorney General Pam Bondi on the White House grounds. The FBI, no question, has been mirrored with controversy since its founding in 1908 over different points in time. But really the past 10 years, we've seen a lot of that controversy. He also wants to make things more transparent for the American people and end what he calls, quote, the weaponization of justice. This is something that Attorney General Bondi has talked about. He said in a statement yesterday posted on X that my mission director is clear. Let good cops be cops and rebuild the trust in the FBI. Working alongside the dedicated men and women of the Bureau and our partners, we will rebuild an FBI the American people can be proud of.
A federal judge has adjourned the corruption trial of New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Judge Dale Ho also appointed counsel to advise him on how to handle the Justice Department's request to drop the charges against the Democrat. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, has declined to remove Adams from office for now, saying that is up to the voters of the city of New York. America's listening to Fox News.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Oh, look out. How you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder and Let It Rip Friday. And holy smokes, we got so much stuff going on here, including a last-minute attempt to see if they can get the Kimmer to weep on the radio. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, after I already got hosed this morning as a hair sniffer on my own radio station. But no, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's going to be good. Kimmer, Pete Davis in the mountains of Macon and Flounder in the cave of darkness on a beautiful, crisp, chilly, but hell, the sun's out. It's not snowing. Friday afternoon. How's it going? Here's the number, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And happy birthday, Hoppo, my wife. I will still die for her or kill for her. And happy birthday, Saturday! Anyway, Pete Davis up in the mountains of Macon. How's it going? What's new? And how's that going there?
I went out last night and somebody threw a jar of mayonnaise at me.
A jar of mayonnaise? I can't believe it. What?
I said, what the hell, man?
What the hell? Oh, Tash Farfka. Ho, hey. Ho, how about your blue plate? I guess you probably put it on a blue plate while you're having your tuna fish. I don't know. Anyway, and Flounder and Miss Married Veronica, how y'all, what's going on? New
All is well?
All is well. Now leave me alone.
Quit asking.
Yeah, get out of here. He's got stuff to do. What? 3:05 almost. What's it going on?
How long are you going to ask him how things are going at home? Because, let's just assume things are going well.
Well, I just wanted to say, hello. I mean, as we get going, again, they mock me, and as they should, because I'm an old-fashioned radio guy. And if somebody said, boy, we need to bring back the old trading post. Somebody calls in with a lawnmower, needs a weed whacker, so you can trade him. You know what I mean? Things are. So you just start off in first gear, and then you keep going. We got so much news. We got stuff. I think about those little babies. They killed them. They strangled them. They beat them to death and strangled those little babies. I mean, my God, why are those people still not being burned to a crisp this very minute? Every freaking one of them. Okay, see, we got that. I'm going to get that done. Also, if you were listening a little while ago, what a great opportunity for Donald Trump once again to say, oh, yeah, see you in court, baby. I mean, the governor of Maine. I mean, the nerve of these people. And by the way, speaking of more newsy stuff, before we actually get into the lighter part of the show, this Jasmine Crockett bimbo, oh, my God, that's the new Democrat. Mm-hmm. Of all the rubble Carmela's gone. I mean, Carmela's side piece, and they keep saying, she's made a fool of herself again in public. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's over. And no one's going to give her money to run for president again. So
outside of California.
And Ocasio Bangbangio Stupidio is nowhere to be seen. They're ignoring her. The squad's gone now because of the whole, Jew-hating Hamas business, I guess. And so now the new Democrat that's popped up all over the place every single day in the news is this bimbo Jasmine Crockett, who's one of the God, she's as dumb as Joy Reid. They may have put Joy Reid and put different makeup and pretend that she's Jasmine Crockett. Oh, my God. Anyway, well, you'll hear from her, too. Actually rooting against America, ladies and gentlemen. The new Democrat, the new head chick Democrat. Oh, my God. Anyway, 306. Okay, so we got stuff like that. Also, and George Clooney, what a freaking phony. I saw him last night. We got a little story, his update now on what happened with the Democrats. And he's saying, golly, so, we were kind of misled, sure, we kind of, tried to protect the guy. He said, I love the guy still, but, the media kind of didn't really cover stuff. So, time to move on, so, that's the way we just have to take the next step. I'm going, oh, you dirty, rotten freaking coward. I mean, these cowards of these people. They tried to trick us deliberately, sneaking anti-American culture on us and throwing it down our throats. And then when they got caught, it's like, oh, well,
Clooney said the media dropped the ball.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They lied for 4 years to sway an election, and it bit them in the ass.
Yeah,
if they had told the truth, the Democrats would have had a chance to put somebody else in.
That's right. That's right. They not only dropped the ball, they held the ball. It was their ball. They've been carrying it for 4 years. Hell, they've been carrying it for 8 years. I mean, think about it. The Democrats and the liberals have carried that ball for 9 years, basically, before Trump came down the escalator. Anyway, so we got that kind of stuff. And Hooters is about to go belly up. Hooters is filing for bankruptcy.
So many memories.
Actually, I don't have them. I take that back. Oh, my God, I have one. Oh, shall I give you my one Hooters memory? Oh, my God, this is kind of cool. It's a little creepy. But no, it's not creepy at all. It's not creepy at all.
What? That's really not how you start a story.
Maybe you run that bias.
It's like Bill Burr when he said this girl comes up and says, maybe kind of racist.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, this is going to be great. Actually, my last time I went to Hooters, I'd forgotten this until this very, very second. Back when I was a popular radio host, many, many years ago. I know that's hard to believe tuning in on your app now with the Kimmer app show. But I used to actually be a popular radio guy many, many years ago. Very, very long. Nobody ever remembers. Anyway, and at the time I was doing a lot of charity motorcycle rides back when I had, speaking of $5,000, that story's coming up too. Anyway, back when I had a couple of Harleys and I was doing motorcycle rides for charity. And the last one I did, if I remember correctly, was the one, it was in Marietta Police Department was part of it, the motorcycle unit and Cobb County cops, all that kind of stuff. And we met at the Hooters up off of Cobb Parkway somewhere.
It's right down the street.
Yeah, somewhere. And that's where we met. The motorcycles, there's like 500 motorcycle riders and cops and everything else. We met there and did our stuff. And while we were in Hooters, a girl whose name I sort of remember but will not say was a much younger than I sales girl. And Pete, I think you would know her. And she was there among the crowd. She wasn't working at Hooters. She was part of like a marketing team or whatever. And she was part of the PR effort for the charity motorcycle ride. And all of a sudden, I'm there and I'm just kind of waiting to do stuff. And I'm wearing my chaps, my leather stuff. And I got my chopper out there, whatever. And all of a sudden, she came up and kissed me right on the mouth. I mean, not a salacious tongue thing, but she came up and she literally put her arms around my neck and kissed me right on the mouth. A sweet, very sweet, like I just couldn't believe it. And so I began immediately talking to her. So, and then, oh God, I just had a double memory about this very same thing. Oh my God. No, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to edit this.
Story under 15 minutes.
No, okay, I'll edit it right now. Okay, so she kissed me. And so I was, we were there for a second and we kind of chatted and stuff like that. And then I had to go do something. And then they said, well, now we're going to begin the ride. So then we started to go out to begin the ride, and on that ride, there was another woman who rode on the back of my Harley, and so as we're ready to begin the ride, and I'm in the lead, and I got this other hot chick on the back of my Harley, which was kind of arranged, and as I'm pulling out of the parking lot, up on the balcony, looking over, is the girl who kissed me on the mouth, is waving goodbye, has got another girl in the back of my Harley going off. Oh my God. Anyway, so that was at Hooters. That's my Hooters story.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
I lost on my show a bet that the Hawks would not beat the Cavaliers in the playoffs, and damn it if they didn't come back and beat the Cavaliers. And me and the late great Jeremy Ferguson, live on the air, had our heads shaved bald for the first time ever.
At
they
Hooters?
gave us Rogaine at Hooters right down the street on Cobb Park.
This one here, oh my God.
They gave us minoxidil and Rogaine as we left. It didn't work.
No, that stuff, I don't know. Oh my God, that's weird. Anyway, now, Flounder, did you ever, you were younger, obviously. Were you a Hooters guy? I mean, when you were single? I mean, obviously.
No, I mean, I've been there a few times. I had to do working in radio, some promotion.
But I mean, you and the guys would not, when you were 20 or...
I'm not a fan of their wings. I don't think their wings are that good.
Yeah. I don't like wings.
We did shows
but
there.
obviously you don't go to Hooters for the wings.
Yeah. But still, I mean...
We did live shows there. Both of us did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But again, that was 40 years ago or something.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, well, 30 years. Holy cow.
Real quick, we got Tomcat on the horn, who apparently was on the ride with you when you...
oh, my God. Hey, Tomcat, how's it going?
Hey, buddy, I was on that ride with you up out of Hooters, and I rode out of Earl's with you on more than one occasion.
Earl Smalls made my chopper and my Harley. I have both my chopper. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
cool.
And I don't remember which one, but I was on the way home about 9:30 at night, got off an exit, and a lady ran over me, left me for dead, and 3 months later, I got out of Grady Hospital.
Oh, my God. In fact, I think I know about you. I know your story.
I was at Grady for a month, but 3 months of my life I have no recollection of.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so sorry. Oh, well, you're okay now. You sound good.
Oh, yeah. They counted me out and said I'd probably be a vegetable, but I came through it, and God has been awful good to me.
Wow,
but
what a great story.
I've got a picture of you and me and Wayne, no offense. I'd love to send it to you.
Oh, please. Oh, my God. Flounder, how does he get me a picture? I could, off the phone, give him my phone number. I guess he could text it.
No. I'll give him my email, and I'll get it to you.
Oh, that'd be great, man. I really appreciate it. Outstanding.
I'd love to send it to you, man. Those were good times.
Yes, they were. Believe me, I really miss those days. Oh, my God, I miss those days. We'll put you on hold. Please don't hang up. And I'm glad you're okay. Semper Fi, my friend. Hold on, please, and Flounder will get this.
Give him the fax machine number.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can give him my phone number if you want. He can text it to me, or I mean, of course.
No, I'll get his email address, and I'll shoot him my email.
Yeah.
And I'll get it to
okay. Oh, that'd be cool. And if we can post it, can you get it to it and post it right today on?
If I can get it, yeah.
YouTube doesn't take freaking pictures.
Yes, they do.
Well, how come I can't post a picture on YouTube?
Me or Mike will show you Monday.
Oh, my God, that will change everything. because I was going to post my pic. Oh, my God. All right, 3:14, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. It's Monday. Letter Rip Friday. I mean, it's Monday. Did I say it was Friday? Letter.
Yes.
Oh, my God. All right, I'm out of here. I called drinking.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Look out, almost 3:15. Letter Rip Friday with the Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. It's good to have you aboard. And I was mentioning, boy, there's people out sick and there's stuff going around, and here comes the flu again, and here come maybe the cold. Well, if you're concerned about it, and who isn't, goodness, how about some Trump care to take care of getting your health insurance taken care of, especially the fact that the premiums are getting outrageous. And the Obamacare, Schmamacare, if you can even get somebody on the phone, holy cow. How about year-round availability things, open enrollment things? I don't know what that is, but the health insurance doctor does. His name is Stephen. The health insurance doctor, and whether you're like on a COBRA thing right now, which I've done, sometimes that can be a freaking nightmare. National PPO networks, you can go to a doctor without forking over the $50, zero deductible, no co-pays. And I didn't know about IRS penalties and subsidies, which they say are hard to get. I didn't know about that stuff. But he does this, the health insurance doctor. It's all called Trump Care, put in a big old package because you'll get what you want. Now, he loves looking at graphs and charts and stuff like that. He's got people who've saved like $45,000 in hospital bills. He has people saving 60% on premiums every freaking year. And guess what? He'll look all this stuff up for you, and you don't have to pay him. It's free for you. You don't have to pay him. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Look him up on the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family, an investment that will hold its value, and something that will last a long time. You're buying trust. For a limited time, celebrate all the 2025 models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through March 31st. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2025 Subaru Outback or lean on the reliability of the 2025 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, and the 2025 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. Subaru of Gwinnett has been your hometown dealership for years, and we're proud to be here to help your family find a Subaru to love for years to come. And our award-winning service department is here to ensure you've always got someone to lean on and trust when you need us. Stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth and meet our incredible staff, or start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT, or online at atlbail.com.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools, so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn Beck until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And The Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with a conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Sad day for the Allman Brothers Band and the folks working with them on this day in 2014. A crew member working on the biopic about Greg Allman. The crew member died after being hit by a train during the filming of it. Police in South Georgia said the woman was struck after the crew for Midnight Rider placed a bed on the railway tracks in Doctortown. The Wayne County Sheriff John Carter said several other people had been hurt, 2 of them very seriously. And there were people who had to pay for that because that was just recklessness and silly and horrible. 320, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Here's number 404-741-1230. Let it rip Friday. Anything goes. Hold on, Mr. Phone there. I got my history thing there coming up here in a whole second there. Birthday. Oh, by the way, this is weird. It's a weird day. Flounder told me when I came in. Now, I do my own birthday and history list, usually early in the morning while I'm at the, or whatever. And then I come in, and Flounder gets an international something or other birthdays and histories as well. Well, today, for some reason, his history list was shut down. The website thing was gone. So we printed out the birthday list, and I can tell you we printed out like 30 of them. There's only one out of all those birthday lists that I've ever even heard of. It must be some like international something. So thank God. And we have one name in common, and that was, where's this little girl? Charlotte Church on the birthday list. Charlotte Church is 39 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was a sensation. What was she, like 12 or 13? And she was a kind of a religious gospel, or not a really religious. Was she doing movie, or did she was part of a?
No, she sang like a really.
It was sweet religious songs, yeah. And then she got a little older, and they got real hot for a while there, and so I don't know.
She was good looking.
Yeah,
for a while.
I think Anyway, so Charlotte Church is 39 years old today, and on this day in history. And by the way, I have a birthday list coming up that involves me with my history on my bingo card. In fact, one, maybe 2, actually one for sure. And I also have a history thing that's a part of my bingo card too, which I'm not going to be able to pass up, and you're all going to yell at me. So I won't use that one until later to get used to it. On this day in history, in 1885, the Washington Monument, built in honor of Thomas Jefferson, of course, no, silly, was dedicated in Washington, D.C., ironically. The 555-foot-high marble obelisk was first proposed in 1783. Pierre L'Enfant left room for it in his designs for the new U.S. Capitol. After George Washington died in 1799, plans for the memorial were discussed, none adopted until 1832, the centennial of his birthday. The design was accepted, cornerstone laid, interrupted by political quarreling in the 50s, and then the American Civil War, so they didn't do anything. And then in 1876, Congress said, okay, here's $200,000. It was completed, dedicated in 1885, open to the public. You could climb to the top of the monument by the stairs or use the elevator. The monument was 555 feet tall. The monument was the tallest structure in the world when it was completed in 1885, dedicated, the tallest structure in the world, and remains today by the District of Columbia law, the tallest building in the nation's capital by law. How cool is that? I didn't know that. Anyway, I know it now, and so do you. Thank you. All right, here we go. 404-741-1230. Oh, Flounder, is this GoFundMe thing okay? I can do it. Okay, we have our newsy thing. It's come right up. We got doggy story. Got actually 2 doggy stories. One I didn't get to a couple days ago, and I will now. And they're going to try to make me cry in a minute because of an old guy. And Pam Bondi's got the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and Donald Trump and the girl from Maine. Oh, we got it all coming up. But first of all, somebody, I won't use a name, said that I'll say she, and I'm not even sure she or he. She has a 20-year-old nephew who's been diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma. It's a rare soft tissue cancer, attacks children and young adults, usually well under 25. He's in for long, expensive treatment, chemo, radiation, surgery. Would it be possible to announce a GoFundMe on your show? If so, you can find the site at GoFundMe.com under the title Help Matthew G. Williams.
beat Ewing sarcoma. Help Matthew G. Williams beat Ewing sarcoma.
And if you go to thekimmershow.net, there's going to be a link there that you can go and contribute or donate to the
Kimmershow.net, GoFundMe link.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you, sir. And good luck, sir or madam and young man. And, God bless America. Chemo, radiation, and surgery is not going to be any fun. 324, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Okay, here we go. The Florida doggy. Remember the Florida doggy during the storm, that horrible storm, Category 3 hurricane, devastating near Tampa, Florida. On Interstate 75, somebody had tied up a dog, a white bull terrier, tied him up to a fence, and there's like a gate thing off to the side of the road off Interstate 75 during the flood as the water was rising. Thank God a state trooper driving along saw this dog tied to a fence with the water getting higher. So the trooper got out, saved the dog. The dog was fighting him, didn't want to. The trooper somehow got the dog into the car, got him to a vet. And the good news is that Frank and Carla Spina adopted that pooch, brought him home to their family. They call him Trooper, a white bull terrier, was left to die. 2 weeks into his new life, the Spinas noticed a couple of lumps on his left side. They took him to a vet. Sure enough, he had cancer. He said, oh, no, these are massive cell tumors. They're cancer. We were in a complete meltdown, they said. The trooper here's what's amazing. I mean, this is going to get me if the next one doesn't. The veterinarian removed the cancer, but noted there was an issue in the dog's stomach. Trooper had consumed a freezer bag which weighed about 2 pounds. It had 110 or 120 pieces of garbage in the freezer bag, which took life-saving surgery that took 4 hours to save him from metal and rubber in his stomach. And the vet, God almighty. His new owner says, can you imagine how starved he had to be to eat metal and pieces of rubber the size of quarters? His former owner's been charged with aggravated animal cruelty, a third-degree felony. He's 23. He said he left the puppy because he couldn't afford anybody to pick the dog up. And the dog is going to be fine. They've cured him of the cancer. He's happy again, and off we go. Well, I'm not going to do the old man story now.
Yeah, you've got your weekly cry in.
Yeah, so, well, it's not official. It's just sort of, boy, almost he was right there to lose it for a second. And I don't mind telling you, it's true. Shut up. All right, and now we continue with the actual hard-ass Kimber Show tough newsman guy.
Manly Kimber Show.
Yeah, that'll be the day I'm not a man. I used to be a man. I'm not a man. God, we're not men. Am I a man? I'm not a man.
Wiping your tears away.
Jesus, in freaking public. YouTube.
On your Marine shirt, for God's sake.
Jesus, they're going to shame me. You're going to send me out of the thing and take back my stripes. 327. Well, let's leave them laughing with this. We'll come back with that story in a minute. You get a little politics. If you miss Donald Trump, too, you're going to love this thing coming up. Pam Bondi, holy crap, are they starting to shiver and shake right now? The billionaires and celebrities, because here we go. Attorney General Pam Bondi is going to release the bombshell files from deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, suggesting the shrouded clients could soon see the daylight. She said, quote, the explosive material is on my desk. There are a lot of documents. I was briefed on that yesterday. She said, I can't talk about that publicly. President Trump has given a very strong directive that's going to be followed. There's a lot of documents. Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises. I think promises made, promises kept. That's why we're all there to carry out his directive about making America safe and prosperous. Of course, Epstein was murdered. Oh, I'm sorry, killed himself in a high-security 2019. Yeah. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Kevin Spacey. A whole bunch of names, as we know. And that doesn't really mean anything. But again, I don't, whoever flew on Lolita Express private jet airline is one thing. I mean, if people went down there for various reasons to Epstein's Herpes Island, it doesn't necessarily mean they were having sex with little girls or responsible for international travel of underage girls to have sex with older men. I mean, obviously there were some, obviously there were a whole bunch. Hard to prove the fact that someone was just on the plane. Well, I want to know, and I guarantee this is true. I'm sure this is true as hard as a day is long. There are tape recordings. There are videos. He had those rooms bugged.
Yep.
Everybody knows it. Hell, Ghislaine Maxwell pretty much has said the same thing, didn't she? About, all the potential. And unless they've erased it, but nothing's ever erased anymore, is it? Is anything really ever erased?
No.
I mean, come on, CIA and the NSA and all that stuff. I thought everything that's ever been said in the air and the world is collected from these people. I mean, so you're killing me here. Hillary's emails, they don't have those. My ass, they don't have those.
Well, I think they physically destroyed those.
Yeah, but it's in there. Somebody's got something. Somebody got something. And I want to see if they have video, of Prince Andrew having sex with a 14-year-old girl or something. I don't want to see the video, but I want to know that there is video.
Yeah.
So I'm not, anyway. So that's a part issue right there. Okay, coming up, the happy birthday that's going to make us laugh and smile. Oh golly, it's going to be great. Then we'll just have happiness. I honestly, God, I can't even wait. Next with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 3:30 on your happy. Oh my God, Let It Rip Friday, 106.3 with joy and happiness. Oh God, it's honestly, oh my God. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Kimmer. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Guess who among Democrats is polling number one to be their next candidate for President of the United States? Kamala Harris. Boy, the Democrats and the Democrat voters have really learned their lesson this time, haven't they?
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
All right, here we go. 3:31 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and stuff like that. Now I was posting some pictures, looking through some stuff to send a happy birthday to my wife, Hoppo, and I realized, if I have a lot of photographs, I have a lot of old-fashioned, actual put-in-your-hand photographs that I make sure are not going to get fired or flooded out because the Atlanta Safe House is there to the rescue. Now, again, I first started dealing with these people literally, God, it's great, 30, 40 years ago, whatever, Atlanta Safe House, and my two big gun safes, they bolted from the inside right to my concrete garage floor and down in the basement, stuff like that. They're pistol safes. I mean, all the top brands, high security brands, whether it's Browning or American Security or Fort Knox and by the way, there's always either something on sale or there's no sales tax on gun safes or there's rebates. I mean, honest to Pete, and everybody else too. And incidentally, I keep forgetting to mention this, they have almost 200 on display at their showroom in Ackworth on Industrial Boulevard. They'd love for you. Just stop in, take a look around, and say, man, wow, that would be beautiful. And they can design it any way inside, nooks and crannies and shelving units and stuff for, what are you looking for? What do you want to protect? And they also do rentals. If you're having a convention or a sales meeting or you've got to put something away for a week or a month or a weekend or whatever, they can rent you a safe. They can change combinations. They can do repairs. They do stuff. They change your locks, master reset codes, all that stuff. But they protect your rights. Or they don't just give it to anybody, by the way. Jeff and Mark, these guys are real, true American patriots protecting your stuff and your rights. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you to put your stuff where my daughters know where my living will is and medical records now and stuff like that. Do the good thing, not like the idiot Kimmer of before. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
So, the doc says I have ED. ED. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just an abbreviation for a condition so many men have. If I was to be honest, I probably also have a little OCD. I know I have a great HMO. Heck, I even have 3 weeks of PTO. Look, Don't let a few letters get you down. If you have ED, there's H-E-L-P. Go see Dr. Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He's an ED specialist that will turn your life around PDQ. ED happens to a lot of men as we age. And just FYI, Dr. Deal can give you back the confidence you need to perform on the JOB. So, ready to take the first step? Quit yelling WTF at your little BFF and visit tbtofga.com. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can fix your ED ASAP. And before you know it, you'll be screaming OMG.
I'm getting in the game. The world won't be the same. I'm good to go.
Call 404-777-1911 or visit tbtofga.com. Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com. A healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Spring is here next month, and that lawn work is heading our way along with it. So what can you do to prep before it's here? Get ready for it with Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up Day. On March 5th, stop by your local Howard Brothers and join in on the biggest sale of the year. It's the perfect time to get the supplies and equipment you need to keep those lawn projects going. Let's gear up for spring on March 5th with Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
Keep up with all of our shows and the latest headlines by following XTRA 106.3 on Instagram, X, Facebook, Truth Social, and all your social media platforms. Plus exclusive giveaways and more. So follow now at XTRA 106.3.
Sounds like Teen Spirit. Look out. 2014, a statue of a weeping Kurt Cobain was unveiled in Aberdeen, Washington on this day in 2014, the hometown of the late Nirvana frontman. The statue sees Cobain crying a single tear. It's in the Museum of History. Kurt Cobain Day would be celebrated annually in the city of Aberdeen. Mayor Bill Simpson read a proclamation which stated, Aberdeen residents may justifiably take pride in the role our community played in the life of Kurt Cobain and the international recognition our community has gained from its connections with Cobain and his artistic achievements. Well, you want to play on Kurt for a second here? I really don't know anything about him. He killed himself. Now, I got a phone call, Rich. Hold on one second. Just out of curiosity, again, I know he killed himself, and there was a pizza and Courtney Love and all this stuff. But what was his thing? Was he the first to do something, or a new sound of the thing, or what was his deal? Was he known for a thing? Why was he so famous?
He wrote very good songs, and it was in a style, that grunge thing that was kind of new.
Grungy
and he just
stuff.
was very good at, and all of them say, but the guy at Pearl Jam and the guy from what's the one? Gosh, I'm trying to think. The Melancholy.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. They all say he was the best. He's best of all of them.
Yeah. Well, again, now I have no appreciation for it because I never listened to it. I kind of missed it, but I just wanted to give him a shout out. Apparently, they did.
If you listen to the live Unplugged thing, that album they put out, I mean, it just shows how great he was.
Again, I don't know any of the words to the songs. They don't have any meaning to me. So again, all I'm hearing is the music and the stuff, and so I can't relate to it. But again, I should if it'd be fun one day. I should be looking up the lyrics of these songs and just see what it was all about and try to make sense of something. Anyway, whatever.
It
phone
also
call
shows what happens if you get the wrong woman in your life.
Well, that's true. Now, well, luckily I've never. Oh, wait a second. Oh God. Luckily, it hasn't had an impact for 21 years. Sorry, 22. 3:37. Phone calls take priority. It's Rich. My golly, Rich on the radio, man. Happy Friday. What's going on?
Hey, Kimmer. After that sad story about the dog eating all the garbage, I was at Panda Express placing my order, and I heard a funny joke.
Oh, you did? At Panda Express, the joke, yeah.
Yeah. I said, what do most Asian men do during an erection?
Well, I don't know. What do they do?
They vote.
They vote, of course. I knew where that was going. How much for a happy ending? I said, ho, hey, Rich right there. Ho, Friday the Rich Man. Ho, hey. No, it's all good. It's all good. Our birthday list, again, I'm astounded that thank God I love doing my silly birthday list, and I have one coming up that I'm going to have to talk about me. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to because I'm involved in it. But first, that naughty little Sophie Turner is 29. She's that giant redhead from Game of Thrones, and she admitted she started cheating on her husband because she likes to party, and they broke up, or maybe it was her fiance or whatever it was, because she just can't help partying. And I thought, geez, what a skank.
She's in her 20s.
Yeah, well, so what? Well, anyway. Oh, and by the way, in fact, because of the two things yesterday, I didn't get to it, and it was too creepy even to want to. But for the record, in fact, I was communicating with this one woman who felt the same way I did about the two stories of the two women who have been doing gangbang stuff in the news lately. One woman who had 1,000 guys with her, and she was making an announcement that one of them knocked her up. And then the second girl is the one who did 100 in one night and then was talking about how horrible it was. And she teased the fact that she got knocked up. And then she admitted later that she was only teasing and it wasn't real that she wasn't knocked up. But the other one who was with 1,000, and I'm going, oh my God. And these are stories in the New York Post. And I mean, making national. I mean, my God, what's the matter with? How could you even want to print a thing like stuff like that? I mean, is that? I mean, it's the freaking. It's this. Social media, everything goes. I mean, even the newspapers are printing. I'm making new. Okay, anyway. I'm lamenting the fact that I'm reacting as the change in generations. Just all the things. My God. Well, how was that gangbang? Well, a lot different than I thought. Oh, I'll be darned. Pass the potatoes. We get from around here, or Jesus. Anyway, I mean,
what do you think about why that's going on?
I can't even.
Stucco. I think I'll do the ceiling in stucco.
29 Yankees. I don't know. I mean, seriously, I can't even imagine in any atmosphere that there's any redeeming any second. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's so stupid. On this day in 1990, the duo Milli Vanilli wins Best New Artist Grammy for their album Girl, You Know It's True. Yeah, they took it back, revealed they didn't do it, actually. Didn't even perform on the thing. With Bob Pilatus and Fabrice Fab Morvan, they had been one of the most popular pop acts in the late 80s and early 90s, millions of records, and in 1990 won the Grammy, and they took it away because they lied and cheated. I mean, they got away with it. And by the way, for the record, I wouldn't even care if you like the sound of the record. Who cares who sang it? I mean, they were cheating if they got money for but again, if everybody knew it, that if the people who actually sang it and were getting money, then I have no problem with it. I don't give a damn if you like the song.
A lot of the hits of the 60s, that's not that band playing. That's Jimmy Page playing guitar. There's studio musicians.
Yeah. Hell, Glenn Campbell was a studio musician for years. One of the best guitar players of all time, like Roy Clark. Those guys were, they could pick, man. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 341. How's it going? 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Let me get organized here. Shiplap. Oh, that's right. The housing people. When you build a house.
I think I'll do this.
Shiplap. You know, when we all got fired and was out of work, I was trying to do stuff from home or whatever, and I watched all those home improvement things and rebuilding things and, tear it down or sell it and all, every freaking one of them. Oh, dear God. Well, we want an open floor plan. I'm sorry, everybody wants an open floor plan. Anyway, so
that's called a studio apartment. I don't want an open floor plan.
You know what I want? I want one of those little teeny houses, but I don't want anybody around me. I'd be very happy with one of those little teeny houses, but I don't want to be 4 feet away from everybody else. Yeah, if I had land, property, I would love one of those little teeny houses.
It's like Lucy. You're like Lucy Van Pelt. You want real estate.
Exactly. Yeah. Our 3 o'clock hour, by the way, brought to you by our good friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. When the big banks say no, they say yes at firstlibertyga.com, by the way, my friends. 404-741-1230. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, we mentioned the little doggy. Great story on the doggy. He was chained to the thing. And this other doggy story came in a couple days ago this week, and I didn't get to it, and it's probably just as well, but it's worth saying, and he should be saluted. The White House protector, the most decorated canine dog in American history. has passed away. He was Hurricane, a 15-year-old Belgian Malinois. He had a decade for the Secret Service. They call him a true American hero, the most decorated canine in U.S. history. Defended the White House, retirement, helping other dogs work through the hurricane. His legacy of courage and loyalty will live on. He heroically wrestled an intruder to the ground a few years ago when the guy breached the White House gate. The intruder pleaded guilty to trespassing. Another dog named Jordan got there first, and Hurricane jumped into action and subdued the guy. Belgian Malinois. First Lady Michelle and Barack Obama were there watching a movie when it happened. Anyway, the guy beat Hurricane really bad, kicked him and punched him and hurt him, and he was really messed up. He was a special ops canine, received all kinds of awards, and he has passed away. And he was, I think, 16 years old, 15 years old, which is I've never had a dog last 15 years, especially a big dog. Little teeny dog, terrier dogs, I'm friends for 10, 11, 12 years, but 15 years for a pretty good-sized dog. Hell, my Great Dane and my Bull Mastiff, Harley, were 9 or 10, and that was long for the big dogs, really big dogs.
Bear was 16, and we didn't quite know how old he was when I found him.
Wow,
he was 70 pounds.
Yeah, he was a big dog, and that's a long time.
Well, he lived like a king. He ate better than I did.
Well, there you are. Flounder, let's do that before we break. Flounder still in there? There he is. Well, let's do this before we break. This old fella, cut number 4. Somebody put a blog on here, and Pete found this, and we're going to play it for you now and have a little thing here about what happened at a Cracker Barrel. Sky Blogs says, the older you get, in fact, I've said this a million times, and I'm amazed someone else has written it down. I'm about to read it for you. Quote, the older you get, the more invisible you become. As I write this, how many times have you heard me say that? When I retired, remember the story?
True.
Invisible you become. As I write this on my birthday, I'm not sure I entirely believe that statement now. Growing old has its cons, but it comes with gaining wisdom and so forth. I'm quite a few decades from reaching this man's age, God willing. But once you read these golden years, those around you will hopefully appreciate your story and have immense respect for you. Here's what happened. Cracker Barrel near Flagstaff, Arizona. An elderly man was in celebrating his 89th birthday. He goes in there to eat every day. Usually some members of the family are with him or around there, but he goes in to eat every day. And he was in there celebrating his 89th birthday. The restaurant heard it was his 89th birthday and said, you know what, let's go sing him happy birthday. This is what it sounded like. Flounder, I believe we had cut number 4 here when they were singing happy birthday to the...
Happy birthday to you.
The moment shows that he was, his shoulders were rocking back and forth. He was clearly sobbing. He was moving up and down, so moved the restaurant went out of its way to make him feel special on his birthday. There were members of the family there. His name is Richard. He was an Army veteran with Alzheimer's, lost his wife to cancer 10 years ago. He eats at Cracker Barrel every day. He said, I'm fine. I'm fine. The woman or the man who wrote this blog also notes how, as a woman, choked her up as much as it did the guy being sung to. And anyway, just another comment about, they appreciated him. And one guy I saw this on being posted, and he said, my God, that's my uncle. And this really made my day. 89 years old. And the older you get, the more invisible you become. So, anyway, and a happy story. A very, very happy story. God bless America. 347, Kimmer Pete and Flounder. It's Friday. How you doing? What's going on? Yeah, how you doing? Hi, baby. They called me a hair sniffer this morning. I can't freaking believe. Oh my God, man.
The first 100 days of President Trump's second term will move fast. And with changes coming down every day, count on Atlanta's conservative voice to bring you the latest updates without the mainstream spin. The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show. Our huge lineup has you covered from your drive in to your drive home. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and streaming across Georgia on the XTRA app.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Being in an accident really bites. You need people around you that are going to make the whole process easier to deal with. I just described David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. He used to work for the insurance companies. What an advantage. He knows who to call, what to say, and they're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. Give him a call. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Experience luxury like never before behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac from Jim Ellis Cadillac.
From the iconic Escalade to the innovative electric Lyric, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And the buying experience just as luxurious as the Cadillac name itself. With great prices, a great selection, and a team of knowledgeable sales associates, you'll love shopping at their showroom conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Prefer to shop from home? Visit JimEllisCadillac.com, where you can browse all the latest offers and even start or complete your entire purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway.
Want to try before you buy? Schedule an at-home test drive and enjoy the convenience of home vehicle delivery. Luxury is waiting. Experience it today at Jim Ellis Cadillac. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947. And it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February. So check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth. If they're going to make your life miserable, we all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream XTRA 106.3 and crystal clear digital with the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Neil Bortz at 4 o'clock. Well, right after the 4 o'clock news, Neil Bortz joins us, which is pretty cool because I thought he was on vacation. Their normal Tuesday call-in, I think he said he was on vacation. So maybe they have a spat. Maybe they offended him and he said, "Screw you, morning people." It wouldn't be the first time. No, I'm joking. That morning guys. And that guy, I'll get to in a minute. Elton John singing here. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Elton John on this day in 2002 accused the music industry of exploiting young singers and dumping talented artists for manufactured groups. Elton John said there are too many average and mediocre acts. It damages real talent getting airplay. It's just fodder. Yes, it's fodder. Birthday list includes naughty little Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's 46 now, for God's sakes. I never heard of such a thing. 46, 29, 46. Oh, sorry. No, that would be wrong. Well, she had a rack on. I mean, the woman was known. She was kind of solid. And,
Still does.
And she's got, what was that show all those little girls were on? She and another girl with a great hair.
Oh, Party of Five?
Party of Five. And who was that other little hottie with a great Nev Campbell? Yeah, I always had it. Man, it was her hair. Nev Campbell's hair made her a star the same way Jennifer Aniston's hair made her a star in Friends. Now, she's a star in her own right. Don't get me wrong. She deserves everything she's ever had. But I'm telling you this, Jennifer Aniston, with that specific haircut, she was known for it on Friends, and so was Nev Campbell, and it was a great hook. And it worked.
Veronica Lake is not Veronica Lake.
Veronica Lake, that's right.
Over her eye.
God, when I was retired down in Florida, there was... Oh my God, Flounder, you're going to kick out of this too. Well, I mean, you won't necessarily, but your new bride might. When I was retired down in Florida, one day at the stable, and again, I was, in my 60s and all these young girls. One day at the stable, this mother came in and brought her daughter to the stable, and I'm not making this up. This little girl was probably 14 maybe, and she looked like Veronica Lake. And I said to the mother, I said, "Oh my God, your daughter looks like an old." I said, "You probably never heard of her." And the mother said, "I said, I'm sorry, I'm so old you'll never know this, but there was a famous actress back a long time ago named Veronica Lake, and your daughter looks just like her." She says, "That's why I named her Veronica." I swear to God. I mean, she didn't name her for that, but apparently it's a fan. And she named her, and she said, "My daughter looks like Veronica Lake."
Who is the English actress that was in the first Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise, the one that we think is so hot? Blonde hair, black eyebrows.
Yeah, Melton. She got a funny name.
What is her name?
Oh God,
she looks like Veronica Lake.
That's
if you want to know what
a lovely woman, a very handsome woman. Oh God, now you see, I was just I had it in a crap.
Okay.
Don't
go anywhere.
I know. Everything will be fine.
Who are you looking for?
The girl with
Rosalind Pike.
Rosalind Pike. Yeah, and she was a Bond girl, I think, too, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, and she was in the Jack Reacher, one of the Jack Reacher movies where the guys kidnapped her, and
Clash of Titans.
Beautiful, yeah. And a very handsome woman. On this day in history, did I do a birthday? I hope I did a birthday. Yeah, that girl, the one with the knock or the rack. 1870. And by the way, that's a guy can say that. J.D. Vance, the vice president, said you can be a guy again, so leave me alone. 1878, the first telephone directory. This is kind of weird though. It's sort of hard to find today. When's the last time you saw a phone book? I mean, they used to deliver. Remember the poor post office on phone book day. Oh, my God. I mean, those guys had to deliver them. Phone books got delivered by the post office.
When I moved up here a year and a half ago, they gave me a little one. It was little bitty,
just for kicks.
I haven't got one since.
Yeah, I mean, there's some phone books. My God. Anyway, telephone directories are hard to find. 1878, the first one was New Haven, Connecticut. It wasn't much there. There was certainly no yellow pages in 1878. There was a single piece of cardboard, and it said there were 50 residences and businesses in the area who had telephones. But they weren't alphabetized, and they weren't any numbers associated with anybody in particular, but it was a start. It said there are 50 of you with a phone, and here are your names, but no numbers or where you were. So anyway, there you go. First phone. 3:57 already. Holy crap, I can't believe it. I'm just wasting a whole free. Neil Bortz coming up at, do we have time to play Donald Trump number 5, Clash with the Governor? There's a governor of Maine at the governor's meeting today at the White House. Donald Trump and the governor of Maine refused to follow Trump's orders.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Not here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state.
See you in court.
I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
She said, "See you in court, you snotty little skank." Oh my God, 3:58. We have time for a Flounder's Funny here, Flounder? If I can throw in a thing there, or they keep repeating Flounder. Letter.
Depression feels like you're wearing a weighted vest. I always felt like I was at a disadvantaged mood or energy-wise to my peers. It was never life-threatening. It was just life-dampening. And the medication could take some of the weights out of the vest, but I still came across people as either bored or cold or superior, none of which I wanted to come across as. Although I'll tell you know who always loved my attitude? Black dudes. Always. Yeah, they'd be like, Neil, man, you don't give a f***. And I always want to say, well, that's because I'm sad. I actually think black dudes appreciated how openly sad I was because black dudes aren't allowed to be sad in public. The only way a black dude can openly express sadness in public is if he does it with a saxophone.
Who's that, Flounder?
That's Mr. Neil Brennan right there.
Neil Brennan, I'll be damned. Right? I guess he was a famously depressed person who...
I don't know. I think he just added it into his bit where he talks a little bit about depression.
Funny. We've heard him before. He's a funny guy. Yes. Coming up, Neil Bortz at 4 o'clock. This is going to be great fun. And by the way, one day we should have people calling in questions and talking with us if we could figure out how to do it. It might be kind of fun. Look at our crack staff. Damn it. Staff. Anyway, we'll see if we can't get some on that. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let it rip Friday. How you doing? I got to top that on that.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A spending wish list on Tom Graham, Fox News. The Senate pulling an all-nighter. The GOP majority pushing forward now with a budget blueprint as the House prepares to work on their budget plan next week. President Trump is weighing in.
As long as we get to the same point, two bills. So now, what they approved yesterday is one part of it, and then they'd approve another part of it. You could make the case you could do 3. You could do 10. As long as we get along, as long as we get them all added up, and it's the same thing.
Speaking of Fox News Radio's The Brian Kilmeade Show, the Senate plan calls for $175 billion increased spending in border security over the next decade. The Trump administration continues to threaten a tit-for-tat when it comes to tariffs on the exchange of imports with the European Union. Fox's Edward Lawrence.
The trade minister meeting today with German automakers to talk about lowering the 10% tariff on U.S. cars going into Europe. He's talking about evening out the tariffs across the board with the U.S., and that could change the healthy trade surplus the European Union enjoys with the U.S. So if a trade deal cannot be reached, the European trade minister says that the trade between the two countries and the European Union bloc could get ugly. And he says that would be a period of pain that he would like to avoid. So we'll see. President Trump's tariffs now bringing countries and now the European Union to the table.
President Trump has thrown the partnership between the U.S. and Europe into turmoil by calling for reciprocal tariffs, he says, to level the playing field. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has fired Fire Chief Kristen Crowley after last month's historic wildfire outbreak. His outrage and calls for accountability have continued. 29 people died following that outbreak. Former Chief Deputy Ronnie Villanueva has been appointed as interim fire chief. America is listening to Fox News.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or consumercellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
There we go. 403 with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And that sound means only one thing. It's Neil Bortz. Neil Bortz, I thought you were on vacation. You're coming alive with us today, Neil. God bless America. How you doing? Welcome aboard, sir. What's going on?
I am always on vacation.
Well, that's another good thing. Yes, it is.
I am.
I used to be like that for like 6 years.
Yeah, I haven't worked a day in my life since I stopped practicing law.
Well, true. Radio's not really working. It's more like torture. Oh, no, it's wonderful, non-working at all is what it is, actually.
I learned one valuable lesson in law school.
What was that, sir?
The lawyer's worst enemy is his client.
Or the guy's wife, maybe? I don't know. It depends who the client is, I guess, probably. Or,
that's an absolute.
Really?
Worst enemy, if you're practicing law or you're in law school now and you're getting ready to graduate and pass the bar, boy, I wish I'd have passed that bar at noon today. Damn. I'm at a bus driver convention right now.
Oh, no. I bet you'd be busy. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, two of these bus drivers, okay? You know, one of them only drinks with one arm because that's all he has.
What the hell are you doing at a bus driver's convention? What do you mean you're at a bus driver's convention?
And the other one is a Cajun.
A Cajun and a one-arm bus driver. My God, man.
So we started putting down the Bloody Marys, and they accused me of being junior varsity.
Uh-oh. Well, you're not a drinker, are you? You're not really known. You're not a drinker. Are you a drinker? You're not a drinker.
I wasn't until noon today.
Okie dokie.
So anyway, you know what happened to Rosie O'Donnell, don't you? A couple of years ago, you remember that story? When she died?
No, I do not.
Yeah, they found her face down in Veronica Lake.
Hey ho, Veronica Lake, ladies and gentlemen. They thought that she had drowned in oh my God, man.
Yes, never.
For those people who just tuned in now, as opposed to 8 minutes ago, they could be wondering what the hell. But it's a great story. Veronica Lake, what a star! It's cool. Cool.
That's what happens when I listen to you. By the way, I just got off a cruise ship.
Yeah, oh, that's excellent. Excellent. Where'd you go and all about it if you want to?
I have no idea where the ship went. I didn't get off.
Oh, well, so you just stayed in your room, or I mean,
no, but
just saw water, I guess, probably, huh?
I did once in a while, yes. Okay. Especially that first night.
Well, all right, I don't understand. Was this a happy trip, or it sounds like some kind of medical journey or something, or what?
I was with the Queen, so it's always a happy trip.
Well, I should have known better.
But anyway, I made a big mistake. This is one of those ships that has an interior Central Park and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah, so I said, well, let's go for an interior cabin and see what that's like. You never see the water, so you don't know. Every time you come out of your room, you turn the wrong way. You don't know which way is forward and which way is back. And
it's like going to Vegas in a casino. You have no idea where you are, and there are no windows, exclusively why.
And no clocks.
And no clocks, no nothing. Day, night, nothing.
And no straight mails.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, Kimmer, I got to tell you.
All right, sir.
I'm getting this tattoo thing has gone. It's just out of control.
Well, now what do you mean?
Well, I am and always have been a leg guy.
Me too. I'm a leg man.
Okay.
I think of myself as all man, but you're right. You're right.
And I am so sick to death of these women putting graffiti all over their legs.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't. I know I know.
Now, some of these legs look like bollards.
I don't know what a bollard is.
That's something that would keep you from crashing into a 7-Eleven.
Oh, yeah. I used to have those on my boat.
On your boat?
Yeah, on the side.
Those are cushions.
Oh,
Kimmer.
Okay. Well, bollards, cushions, what the hell?
But, I mean, women, can you please stop this?
Yeah, I know.
Now,
it's like they're... I'm sorry.
On the last cruise, there was a woman had a snake tattooed on her leg.
Yeah, a girl at the stable down in Florida had a long snake that went all the way up her from her leg, up her side, and around her shoulder.
Well, this one ended in her pants.
Oh, my God.
And I won't tell you whether it was heading in or
Well,
out.
were the fangs, or I mean, I'm flickering.
Well,
I don't even,
but judging from the woman, I'd say that snake was running for its life.
There you go. Oh my God, man! Let me out of here.
Just stop it. Really?
Yeah, I know. Well, again, my daughter Jennifer used to get a lot of tattoos, and she got one. Well, in fact, she got one recently to celebrate her official 20th anniversary of being straight from cocaine and heroin and being a straight, formerly addicted addict. So she got a little thing on her back neck or whatever, and I said I paid for it. I said God bless you, but again, I don't like tattoos, and I've got a brand. I got branded, but I don't have any tattoos.
For instance, there's a purpose to your daughter's tattoo.
Yeah.
Tell me what the hell the purpose is of a spider web tattooed on some idiot's elbow.
Yeah. Well, even the guys with the sleeves. I mean, I don't know. Again, either you like. Well, I don't care. I mean, I'm not. I got everybody I know has this something like. So I don't. I mean, I'm not judging, but I don't.
Well, this is a fad that stays with you forever. It's not being like a lug.
Yeah.
You know what a lug is?
Yeah.
that was the fad here. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, lug. This is when all the girls in high school suddenly became lesbians.
Yeah.
No, you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And they called them lugs.
Yeah.
Lug, a lesbian until graduation.
Oh, mercy.
And now they're tugs, trans until graduation.
I don't know. I don't. And they're the Democrats, the liberal, even politically, they're still hanging on. This new girl, Jasmine Crockett, the idiot from Texas, is now their new cover girl for the Democrat Party. She's more of a whack job than Ocasio Bang Bangio Stupidio. So I don't know. Neil, I think the leftist movement and I don't know what the momentum is for weird things. It's very strange.
They love the weird things.
Yeah.
They really, a little statement here somewhere. Where did I read this? A news article about trans students, a rapidly growing population.
Oh, please.
It's a rapidly growing population because it is the current fad. It is a fad. These people in high school or college, they're so desperate to belong to something. Yeah. I don't just want to be a regular student here getting a degree in accounting or management or what have you. I've got to stand out. I've got to be special. Nobody's anything unless they're special. And I'm sick and tired of setting up ring lights and doing stupid little dances on TikTok. So I'm going to become something. I'm going to be trans. Yeah. And then by the time they get out of college, as long as they haven't come out with a degree in women's studies or something completely useless like that, then all of a sudden they need a job. Then all of a sudden their way of becoming something is by getting a decent job and performing highly. Well, wait a minute. When I was in college, all I had to do was be trans. All I had to do was be non-binary. And then I would be special, and everybody would embrace me and brag about being my friend. Now, all of a sudden, I've got to be a success at business. I've got to be able to do a job well. What the hell happened to just being a trans to be accepted? Trans, tugs, transit, they're not a rapidly growing population.
In fact, you may have been talking about this. It wasn't long ago. There was people were talking about this tranny business, and there was a woman in the news because she said something like 60% of the girls in her class identified as either tranny or lesbians. All of a sudden, I mean, it's just an astounding number of suddenly transsexual students, boys or girls identifying a different gender. And they're so common that it's, they're everywhere.
And as soon as they have to enter the workplace in order to eat and have a place to live, suddenly this I'm non-binary, that nonsense is going to go away. We have to stop giving them legitimacy by actually recognizing them as something other than people suffering from gender dysphoria or just trying to latch on to a current trend by all of a sudden, saying I am No, I'm not going to say it. I am a lesbian dinosaur. You know what the...
Well, in fact, Pete mentioned the other day there was a famous psychologist. Somebody said this is the first time in history where a mental illness, being identified as a trans, where a mental illness is now being demanded to be part of the American basic culture.
Exactly.
And that's never been, I mean, pick another, schizophrenia is not, not normal. Against, well, everybody's schizophrenic, no. I mean, it's not identifiable as normal. In fact, hell, did you hear Donald Trump get in an argument with a girl governor of Maine a few minutes ago? He played that little thing. Holy crap.
She must be an insurmountable
What an idiot. Oh, my God. I mean, what an idiot.
I see you in court.
Oh, you wretched snot.
Well,
now,
wait a minute, Kimmer. Just think about this.
Yeah.
You don't have to go home with her tonight.
No, God bless America.
I know.
Lordy.
By the way, you mentioned the Washington. I listen to you. I get all this stuff. The phallic symbol that is the tallest building in Washington,
555, yeah.
Yeah. My aunt jumped over the top of the Washington Monument.
Well, now, what do you mean, sir?
Well, what I mean is before they put that cap on the Washington, they set it out on there. They set it out on the mall. I think it's aluminum or aluminium, depends upon how good your teeth look.
Yes.
But they set it out on the mall, and people lined up and jumped over it.
I'll be damned. What a great idea. What a great idea. Well, my God, there are pictures? Got to be pictures.
Well, I hope there are.
Oh, my God. Talk about a bucket list.
Yes, I jumped over the Washington Monument.
Well, there you are.
And speaking of the mall, do you see these federal employees that are saying, carrying signs, stop firing us?
Yeah, doing their creative dances or whatever, what the hell they call them, interpretive dance. Yeah, that's going to change everything. Oh, my God.
Stop. What was your job with the federal government? I helped design those tranny comic books for trans students in Ecuador. Oh, God, let's get you back on the payroll again. And I mean, these people actually think that the government exists to give them a job. The government exists to give them a paycheck.
It used to be the government service. Actually, I mean, decades and decades ago, there was certainly nothing wrong, and it was a great opportunity for people who maybe didn't have a lot of education going on to join the post office or to join, public service ranks of wearing a uniform of some kind. It was a very honorable job, and you could retire at a relatively young age and have something coming in guaranteed at least something the rest of your life. But again, it wasn't supposed to be a gravy train.
I know. Well, in the city of Atlanta, the survey the students that actually graduate from high school with the ability to read. Where they end up working? They end up working for the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, they're. And by the way, don't diss the USPS.
Oh, no, I love the post office. I have a problem with them, but I love the post office. I still think they're worth it.
I still have, and as does my wife, my USPS employee identification.
No kidding. What were you doing at the post office?
Bulk mail facility. I worked at the bulk mail facility in Atlanta.
So I think I remember. Yeah. What were you doing there, and how long was that? What were you, a kid or what?
No, I wasn't a kid. I was in law school. I needed a job.
There you go.
But anyway, I worked at this little tower, and there were all these conveyor belts that would come up. Oh, a conveyor belt that would come up to the tower with packages, and then it was my job to grab the package, look at it, look at the area code, zip code, whatever, and then send it down the right slot into the right canvas bin to be delivered the next day. And I got in trouble because I was really cooking up in that little tower. Those boxes were flying. I was getting it sorted. Then here comes Bruto.
I know where you're going with this. I guarantee you. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Here comes Bluto. He comes walking up there. Suddenly the conveyor belt stops. And I turn around and look at this guy. He's a mountain. He's huge. And my name is Bluto, and I am the union hotshot around here. You have got to slow down.
Yeah.
Why do I have to slow down, sir? The job is to get this mail out.
No.
I thought, no, you've got to slow down because if they know we can work this fast, we're not going to be able to get overtime at Christmas.
Yep, there you go.
and this guy's hand was the size of my butt. And he was going to use it to whip my butt pretty severely if I. So what did I do? I slowed down.
Yeah. Well, it's like budgets. The government budgets. If you don't spend the money in your budget at the end of the year, they're going to know that you didn't need it. So they're going to make sure they spend the budget and then want more. Otherwise, they'll start cutting it. I mean, it's
Sure.
and boy, the Doge folks are saying, sorry. Wow.
I love Doge.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. In fact, I've got like 8 stories in front of me. They found more relief for schools wasted $90,000 for hotel casinos from one school district. Another school district in California hired the ballpark for $400,000 during COVID to have meetings or something. They used $400,000 of American taxpayer COVID money to rent the ballpark. A teacher's district, school district did that money.
In your conversation earlier about Kurt Cobain?
Yeah.
A man who had no effect whatsoever on any area of my life.
Or mine. Okay, well,
there you go.
Yeah, news.
But you mentioned you were going to start looking up the words to songs.
Well, I've done that before, and it's interesting sometimes, yeah.
How about on Monday or next week when I'm on with you,
all right,
you recite the words to WAP?
No, I don't think so, Neil. You can't even say the title. Are you kidding me? I need this job.
This
I'd be living in my car. I might anyway. Sorry.
Who is it that utters that?
Not Sheila E.
Cardi B.
Cardi B, yeah. I know there's an initial.
And she celebrated for this WAP song.
Yeah, WAP.
W-A-P.
That's right.
Look it up. She celebrated for that song.
Yeah.
My God, what's happened to our culture?
I know.
That something like that is anything but ridiculed.
Oh, it's a huge star. Hell, didn't Carmela Sidepiece? Didn't she was one of their concert girls? I mean, they love people like that. They think it's fantastic. My Lord,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, I know, brutal.
I mean, even the Commodores wouldn't have come up with that.
What's your name? Lionel Richie? No, is that his name? I love him. I love his songs.
I do too. That song, "Hello."
Oh, he's got a bunch of them. The love songs make me cry. I've got 3 or 4 in my. I can't even play them anymore
but I mean, the poor guy. Look at him. I mean,
truly.
The reason he's singing "Hello" is because they're hiding from his ass. I'm sorry, but a great song. Speaking of the post office, I was, I've got this book I'm starting to write. It's for my granddaughter.
Oh, cool.
It's where I'm supposed to write down all these little clever but wholly meaningless things that have happened to me in my life.
Yeah, I'm at that stage where I'm about to do it for my kids.
Yeah, well, I actually bummed a stamp from the Postmaster General one time.
Oh, is that right?
I was at a hotel, and I needed a stamp to mail a letter, and I noticed the Postmaster General, who I recognized from TV and all that, standing up at the counter, and I walked up as somebody, probably my wife, dared me to do this. And, sorry, honey. And so I walked up to him and said, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a stamp I could borrow?"
I'll be darned.
And he reached in his pocket and pulled out this little booklet and gave me a stamp. I said, "I'll get back to you." He said, "I wouldn't worry about it."
I'll be darned. Well, that's cool. When was this? A long time ago?
Lawrence O'Donnell was the Postmaster General.
Lawrence O'Donnell, not the NBC or not the MSNBC guy. Not Lawrence O'Donnell, that guy on TV.
No, I don't think. Wasn't that his name? He was the post.
Oh, Nora O'Donnell. But
it wasn't Nora O'Donnell.
No, I know. Now, Pete was helping me out here. I'm confused. I'm
okay,
sorry.
Pete, go to the corner.
Well, no, he's being very good. He said he's just sitting there with everything happiness. And
Pete never liked me. He never
now that's not true. Everybody doesn't like you. Hell, it's not just Pete. Come on, Neil, get out of it. What the hell's the matter with you? You made your freaking living because you didn't want people to like you, you son of a bitch, and you know the truth of that thing. No, you don't.
Well, I tell you who really doesn't like me is these 2 teenage girls that were walking down the hallway in that boat and bumped into me because their cell phones were in their face.
Oh, I love that, though. I love doing that. I just keep going and say, oh.
Well,
so what'd you do? What happened?
I just couldn't keep going. I had to say something.
Oh, like what?
Yeah, 2 teenage idiots with their faces in their cell phones. I'm so glad their father wasn't around.
What did you say?
2 teenage idiots with their faces in their cell phones.
Oh, that's what you said to them?
Yeah. And I've had to tell people at the bus drivers at this bus drivers convention, as soon as they figure out that there's 3 kids missing off that boat, they're going to come looking for me.
Now, what is that? Why are you at a bus drivers convention?
I'm a bus driver.
No, you're. Is this like a meeting of the giant home on wheels people?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're not bus drivers. They're home on wheel drivers.
How do you think they got these
Well,
things
they're
here?
home on wheel drivers. You don't drive a bus. My God, man. Drive a freaking 7-bedroom house.
Where do you think most Greyhound buses come
I almost
from?
was able to afford one of those one time when I thought I was going to live happily ever after with her, and I was going to get one of those to go traveling and stuff. So those are beautiful, man. I mean, I know what you're talking about.
This is not an RV.
No, by a long shot. Believe me, I know.
These are Prevost motor coaches, which are the same exact buses that Greyhound is driving all over the place.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of those things pull up out here for concerts and stuff, and they're fantastic. I mean, God, they're homes.
There's a real. I know I'm overstaying my welcome, but I got a real dilemma here.
Well, we'll help you out then.
Yeah, with this weather.
Yeah.
With this weather that they've had, not down here in Florida.
No.
But up in the Midwest and the North, and expressways closed and cars stalled in the snow overnight.
Yeah.
Kimmer, now I'm being as serious as cancer here.
All right.
What happens if I'm driving along in this motor coach?
Yeah.
And because of poor planning on my part, I get caught in one of these storms, and I'm locked in traffic on an expressway out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here with a generator and heat and TV and everything, and I drop all of the shades, and the Queen and I are just sitting here enjoying ourselves, and out there people are shivering and they're freezing, and they have to go out of their car into the snow to take a whiz.
Oh, man.
And then I start hearing knocks on the door.
Oh. Nobody here. No, this is a tape recording. Thank you for coming. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, can I come in and use your bathroom?
Well, I don't know. The problem is if they're going to come in and do the bad thing, then no. You'd have to ask. I mean, again, how can you possibly have someone come into your home and go to the bathroom?
Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but our black tank is already full.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Well, it's not.
It's
not the great. It's not the great tank.
But
I mean,
you can't do that. I mean, I don't. How are you supposed to do that? If some woman has the balls to knock on your door and say, "Do you mind if I tinkle in your house?" I'd probably let her. I think I'd probably let her. And if I hear her ripping out like a trombone on a hardwood seat or something in there, if I got think twice about it or something. I don't know what that means.
Once they've experienced a heated toilet seat, how in the hell are you going to...
You got everything in that place.
How are you going to... Really? You got to think about this. If you let one in, then how many more are going to follow?
They'll be lined.
And then they're going to want to stay because it's heated.
Yeah.
And, I didn't know that was on television. They're going to watch television.
Well, tell her to take that top off and pass it along. If you take your tops off, you can stay in my house. Stuff like that. I bet that'll clear them out pretty good.
You should. Yeah, you should. Yeah, sure.
Have your wife answer the door. What?
But I mean, that is an honest and true dilemma. I'd
let them in. I mean, if there's 50 people out there, you can't have a line of 50 people coming to tinkle in your house.
Well, if you don't, they're going to start firing shots through the windows.
Well, then then why are you there? Then don't go there. Don't go anywhere until winter's over.
I already covered that because I did very poor trip planning.
Well, then blame her then.
Yeah.
Honey, you said you wanted to go to Arizona, damn it. Now you made me go to,
Donna stopped me from hitting somebody in the rear end today.
My.
Yeah, the seat that she sits in is actually about 6 or 8 inches higher than mine, and so she sees things.
See better, yeah?
Honey, I'm going to go back and take a nap. The hell you are. You're going to stay right up here, and you're going to watch this traffic and keep me out of trouble.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I'm happy for you. That's a nice dilemma to have.
Well, anyway, it's back to my Naples vacation home.
Well, good.
Donna just pulled out the little washcloth duck that our cabin attendant made for us.
A washcloth duck, my friends.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
I've never been on a cruise, nor will I ever go on a cruise.
Okay, we've got a washcloth bunny and a washcloth duck that we stole from the cruise ship.
So it's a washcloth shaped, actually a full thing, or just a flat?
They teach these cabin attendants to make cute little things.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Like making a swan out of a Kleenex kind of. Oh, I got it. Those are cool. Yeah, those are cool.
They hand them a package with little sticky eyeballs and stuff in it.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's nice.
Now everybody here is going to want to come see my washcloth.
Well, they're going to go tinkle and see your washcloth. I mean, my God, what more could you want?
Yeah, boy. So I just stay out of the snow.
Yeah, don't go there.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay in the bus tonight. I don't want to run into this.
By the way, let me ask you a quick question. I don't know how much time we got. Flounder, we got 30 seconds or a minute. Let me ask you this. Are we okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Delta Airlines has now come out saying, oh, no, those pilots, the plane that flipped over in Toronto, those pilots were both qualified pilots. And then they said, it was very clever, something like the statement said, the captain was a certified pilot as he was doing the so-and-so and so-and-so, and the co-pilot was she was also the so-and-so, but it never said Delta never said who was flying the plane. I guarantee you, if it had been the male, they would have said, and the captain who was flying and the captain at the controls said the or something, but they made it completely nebulous as to who was actually at the controls. And that airline is sub encounter, whatever it is famous for bragging about having female crews, and that they had more female hires than anybody else. And I wonder if the female was flying, and they're afraid to say that she was flying because it looks bad.
Why? I mean, I've flown with female pilots before, and they're totally and absolutely capable, and in some cases better.
Well, I know female pilots, and I think they're great. All I'm asking is whether Delta was afraid. Do you think Delta? I think Delta was afraid. If the girl was flying, I think Delta was afraid that she was flying because it would look bad, even though it shouldn't be bad, and it's not bad. If Delta said she was flying, it would look bad, and I think that's why they're not saying it. I'll bet you.
In those weather conditions, if she was the captain, she should have been flying. If she's the first officer...
Oh, hold on a minute. Stand by. Don't go anywhere. I have a very good friend who happens to be a pilot at Delta Airlines, where my daughter, by the way, I'm flying in on Delta coming up. Quote, the female co-pilot was flying in the airplane. That's a fact.
Well, everybody.
Oh, well, now wait a minute. Maybe he's messing with me. The female co-pilot was flying in the air. Well, so was everybody on the plane was flying in the aircraft.
There you go.
Very funny. That's very funny. I don't know then. Forget it. I just wonder. They're so freaking politically correct. Why would I even talk? I have even to bring it up because it's political correctness. I'm so freaking sick of the woke crap, and I just wonder if Delta Airlines was afraid to say the girl was flying it because it would look bad.
Quite possibly. There's a promo being run on the internet right now of all these Delta employees. I love Delta.
I will fly nothing but Delta.
I really love
I hate what they
Delta.
did to that Marine woman, Captain woman. I hate what they did, and then Bastion and kissed my foot over it too. And he's never apologized for that sissy who treated her like crap. But I love Delta. I'm not calling for anything Delta. I love Delta and only fly Delta. But I got a bone to pick. Yes, what?
Decaf.
I know. I don't do deep. I just got.
You need to. But anyway,
give me a weekend woman.
There's this video on there of all these different Delta employees, the bag busters, the ramp agents, all that kind, about all the great and wonderful things they do. And when it finally came down to the captain, he was hanging upside down. I'm sorry.
Well, that's insane.
But it was just...
Look good though. Look good on you, Skipper.
Okay, I'm sorry, Delta. I love you. I really do.
I tell Delta all the time. I'll only fly Delta. I only fly.
Just keep me off of Spirit.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Neil Bortz, always a pleasure. Hi to the missus. A big hug and kiss, and stay out of the snow. And look forward to talking to you again. Be careful out there.
No dangerous snow down here.
I love it. Thank you, Neil Bortz, the man. Kimber Peen, Flounder, and Neil. 431. Kimber Peen. Here we go. Look out.
Half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Are you concerned about securing your family's future and assets? Look no further than Nelson Elder Care Law. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we offer absolute assurance and peace of mind through our comprehensive asset protection services. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com to explore how we can safeguard your legacy and provide tailored solutions for your family's well-being.
Looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV? Jim Ellis Buick GMC has you covered. With a huge selection of new and used vehicles, finding the right fit is easy.
Whether it's a Buick Enclave or Envision, a GMC Acadia or Yukon, or the power of the Sierra and Canyon trucks, and the best part, you're never alone in the process.
Their expert sales team helps match you with the right vehicle, while their finance specialists make buying simple and stress-free.
With decades of experience, Jim Ellis Buick GMC understands the importance of offering an expansive inventory that fits every driving performance, style, and budget need. Plus, every new Buick and GMC comes with cutting-edge technology, premium comfort, and advanced safety features so you can drive with confidence.
Already a Buick or GMC owner? Well, keep it running like new with their state-of-the-art service center staffed by factory-trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out. Start your search at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person in Chamblee off Peachtree Boulevard, inside the perimeter, or in Beaufort off Highway 20 near 985. Jim Ellis, Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
If you're looking for a great new gig, our friends at Atlanta Peach Movers are now hiring. No experience? No problem. Training will be provided through Peach University. And if you have verifiable experience, you can score up to a $500 sign-on bonus. Contact Orlando for more information at 404-640-1300. That's 404-640-1300. And get your new career moving with Atlanta Peach Movers.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
The Atlanta Braves giveaways for this season are here, and you don't want to miss this lineup. Bobbleheads feature Chris Sale and Marcell Ozuna, presented by Delta, and a throwback bobblehead featuring Chipper Jones from the 2000 All-Star Game, presented by SeatGeek. Fans can also look forward to collectibles like the 1995 World Series replica ring and red home jersey giveaways presented by Coke, and a replica of Truist Park, perfect for your office. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets today.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family, an investment that will hold its value, and something that will last a long time. You're buying trust. For a limited time, celebrate all the 2025 models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through March 31st. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2025 Subaru Outback or lean on the reliability of the 2025 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, and the 2025 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. Subaru of Gwinnett has been your hometown dealership for years, and we're proud to be here to help your family find a Subaru to love for years to come. And our award-winning service department is here to ensure you've always got someone to lean on and trust when you need us. Stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth and meet our incredible staff, or start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Spring is here next month, and that lawn work is heading our way along with it. So what can you do to prep before it's here? Get ready for it with Howard Brothers' annual Gear Up Day. On March 5th, stop by your local Howard Brothers and join in on the biggest sale of the year. It's the perfect time to get the supplies and equipment you need to keep those lawn projects going. Let's gear up for spring on March 5th with Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Trump Care PPO health plans. How about $0 deductibles available for immediate enrollment from Health Insurance Doctor? Hey, it's a Kimmer. Guess what? Trade in your old Obamacare plan, HBO thing, for $0 deductible Trump Care PPO right now. Saving premiums up to 60% lower. Saving big while enjoying access to the top-rated insurance carriers. It's perfect. Individuals, families, small businesses. Call my guy Steven, 678-523-0759. Today, visit him on the web, thehealthinsurancedoctor.net. I knew it. I knew it.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of
How about a little context?
I've got to tell you, I'm just realizing I slipped a line on the music thing, so I was shaken up because I got Dolly Parton on my history list later. And this is actually a big deal for her. I was talking about the pilot. It was the girl flying the plane. I knew it because they didn't say it was the man. Anyway, here we go. Dolly Parton. On this day, 1981, Dolly started a 2-week run at number 1 with 9 to 5, her first number 1 hit. Her first number 1 hit, taken from the comedy film in 1980, the same name, 9 to 5. It garnered Dolly Parton an Academy Award nomination and 4 Grammy Award nominations, winning her the award for Best Country Song, Best Country Vocal Performance, and Best Female. For a time, that song became something of an anthem for office workers in America. And in fact, hold on a second. I've got another Dolly Parton thing in here, and I was going to save it for later, but since it came up, I will also see if this is part of that while we go on. The full range of her thing. It made her wigs, accent outfits, and ample bosom a significant part of her public persona, with an eagerness to make fun of her own image. She said, quote, "It takes a lot of money to look this cheap." One of her famous self-deprecating wisecracks made her hugely famous in the 80s and onward. She was a country singer known in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. She left for Nashville the day she graduated high school and worked with Porter Wagner. And I remember her when I was a country disc jockey when I came back from Vietnam and got a job at K-Hat Radio in Phoenix. And Dolly Parton was a major part of that. And Porter Wagner, I'll tell you what. Anyway, sorry. So that's Dolly Parton. That's a big story, and so we did that, and everybody's happy. Now, a couple things, and then I told you, I knew it. Our birthday list includes, let's do this, William Peterson. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. William Peterson from CSI, the actor guy, and so many other things. William Peterson.
Manhunter.
72 years old today. Wow.
Filmed at the High Museum.
Yep. And, well, I'll tell you what, I was going to do a pilot story here, but let me do the, here we go. In fact, I just got a message from a particular person whose name I'm not going to mention these mentions, but here's one guy. I'm a retired pilot, 20 years Navy, followed by many years at Delta. Wife and both kids flying also. It is my understanding that the female first officer was the pilot flying. And then he says something nasty about Neil Boris, but that's not really important. Well, no, I'm sorry, but
Well, we all took something away from your interview with Neil.
Yes, we did.
I had no idea I held a lifelong animosity toward the man. I had no clue.
You learn something every day. But now here's the other thing. Oh, hold on. Here it is. Now, the guy, my pilot buddy, my Delta pilot buddy, who originally sent me the message that she was flying in the plane. Well, so was everybody else. And then he said, sorry, blanking autocorrect. She was flying the plane. It was her landing. And I said, oh, yeah. And then he said that. And then he said this. At that sink rate, the captain should have taken the airplane or called for a go-around. And again, if you look at the video, and again, I'm not a pilot. I don't know anything about this, but he will tell you a pilot does not come in like you're landing in a head first, sliding on a skating rink or something, diving head first. The plane doesn't come in on the front wheels. The plane comes in on the back wheels. The plane comes in and then lifts up a little bit to sit on the runway, to land, to float, to sit itself on the runway, and then lower the front end. That plane was coming in, looked like pretty freaking good nose down, and hit that right wheel too hard, coming in at a wrong angle. Now again, I don't know anything about that, but it sure sounds like he just said, to me, he says it right here in black and white, right on my stinking phone right there, that she should have got. Captain should have taken over a go-around. So, and again, when it was so obvious. And again, isn't it horrible that I'm even worried about people being woke to get at the truth as though it should make a difference? First of all, girl pilots, it's just wrong to say girl pilots are by definition somehow less qualified than boy pilots, okay? I mean, this is stupid. So, given that, since we all can't think that way anymore, thanks to, it's things like that, we can't even say that anymore because of all the tranny stuff, which is totally offensive to lesbians and everything else that's going on with this gender crap and sexuality crap. But the fact that I even have to worry about being woke, and I guarantee you that Delta Airlines was afraid to say that the girl was flying the plane. Because they said both are qualified. In fact, Delta Airlines pushed back against online rumors of misleading assertions about the crew. The flight's captain was, and here's how they say it. The captain was hired in so-and-so, but served as active-duty pilot training, and pilot training, and the airline said, with leading the creation of so-and-so, assertions that he failed training events are false. That he failed to flow into pilot position at Delta are false. Okay, then it goes on. Endeavor first hired the first officer, and she has been flying with the airline since she completed a thing, and her flight experience with exceeded the requirements. So she's a good pilot too. So in other words, they just said there was a guy pilot and a girl pilot, but they never said who was flying the plane. Now we know, and I knew it was the girl flying because they were afraid to say the female pilot was at the controls because they were afraid it was going to look bad and afraid that now people are going to say, well, there you go, boy, DEI hire at Delta, and they got a girl who's not qualified, and she crashed that plane. That's what they were afraid that people are going to say, and I'm bringing it up to you publicly because I knew it as soon as I read this story that it was the girl flying because they didn't say it was the man. If the guy was flying, they would have said the captain who was at the controls made sure the so-and-so. So, you freaking cowards. Now, I don't know, maybe, is this an internal thing where they were afraid to label? We should know. My God. Anyway, here we go. All right.
A couple breaking things going on.
All right, sir.
One, the federal judge has said Trump couldn't fire all those people from USAID, has reversed his decision and now says they can go ahead and fire USAID.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, one. Excellent.
And Flounder found the other one two things. The L.A. mayor announced yesterday, the day before, that she's doing an investigation into why she was allowed to go to Africa.
She's investigating herself.
The wolf is, it's just insanity. And also has found out, you got a piece of sound there, Flounder has. What is it about?
This is L.A. mayor.
In terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days. That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation, I took it. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Yeah, you dirty stinking liar. Joe Biden wanted her to go represent America to the kinging of some African king, queen, Ghana thing, and she knew there was a disaster, and she knew it was happening, and she went anyway and then lied about it. Like she didn't know anything was happening and somebody else was in charge. Didn't she just try to fire the fire chief?
No, she fired the lesbian fire chief for daring to say the city failed the residents.
Yeah. What a freaking phony. Good.
They get what they deserve. They voted her in.
God, yeah. Hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it. See what happens to you. It's like, anyway, we got so much more. 447, it's a happy day. Let her rip Friday. Give her feet and flower. How you doing? Look out.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
To say a person is ignorant means that they haven't yet learned. To say that they're stupid means that they are incapable of learning. Yes, there are stupid people around, but they can be very entertaining. I mean, there are people that listen to Alex Jones and believe what he says. But for pure, unadulterated entertainment based on stupidity, you can't beat the Flurfs. That's spelled F-L-E-R-F-S. These are people who believe, who are convinced that the earth is flat. No, I'm not kidding. And I've spent some time on the Facebook pages dedicated to this nonsense. You want some details? The earth is flat. The sun is only about 4,000 miles away. The earth is covered by a huge dome put there by God to keep the atmosphere in so that we can breathe. And why doesn't the water just run off? Well, because the flat earth is surrounded by an ice wall, an impenetrable ice wall that's protected apparently by military force. And for the most part, the Flurfs back all of this up with Bible scripture, references to something called the firmament or firmament, I don't know what. And they're serious. Here are some Facebook pages you might want to check out. The Flat Earth Group, Flat Earth Discussions, Flat Earth Society, pictures of a round globe Earth. They're all faked by NASA. The moon landing, that was faked. I mean, the moon really is closer than the sun, and that means closer than 4,000 miles. These Flat Earth Facebook pages are worth the entertainment value, but don't stay around too long. Your brain will rot. Or if you're a Democrat, it will rot even more. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Did you know that over 85% of grass-fed beef in stores is imported? Since the repeal of the country of origin labeling law in 2015, meat packaged in the United States can be labeled product of the U.S., even if it was born, raised, and harvested overseas. This is why I'm a big fan of GoodRanchers.com, the brand committed to 100% American meat. All of their products are born, raised, and harvested here in the U.S., free from antibiotics, added hormones, and seed oils. When you buy from Good Ranchers, you're supporting American farmers and ranchers who have fed this country for generations. And at GoodRanchers.com, you can also check out my exclusive box, try my hand-picked selections, support my show, and directly support American ranches. Go to GoodRanchers.com/Beck and shop for my box today. Plus, right now, if you subscribe, you'll get free ground beef, chicken breast, or salmon in every box for a year, and $25 off with the promo code Beck. Visit GoodRanchers.com. Shop, subscribe, and stand with American ranches and values. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered.
I always liked this song. The thing for me. The Four Seasons. Four Seasons, number one on the British charts, December 63. Oh, what a night. Was written by the original Four Seasons keyboard player Bob Gaudio and his future wife Judy Parker. They met working as producers for Motown Records. The song's lyrics were originally set in 1933 with the title December 5th, 1933, and celebrated the repeal of Prohibition. So, oh, what a night, which is pretty clever. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Letter Rip Friday, 452, almost 453. Birthday list includes Billy Baldwin. I think he's a younger one, 62 years old today, here for the record. And let's see, on this day in history, oh, here we go. I remember this too. 1987, televangelist Jimmy Swaggart confesses to an unspecified sin as a result of photographs taken of him with a hooker at a motel in Baton Rouge, and Jimmy Swaggart told his congregation,
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious
I passed away there. Your precious blood would, I don't know what happened to the sound there. I ask that your precious blood would wash and cleanse every stain until it is in the seas of God's forgetfulness, not to be remembered against me anymore. Oh, my God. By the way, this all happened because his meeting with a prostitute was retaliation for exposing a fellow Assemblies of God minister named Marvin Gorman. Swaggart accused Gorman of having sexual affairs, so Gorman was defrocked for the scandal, so Gorman hired his own son and son-in-law both to stake out a motel in Baton Rouge. When Jimmy Swaggart showed up with a prostitute, they took pictures of it, then let the air out of his tires and called Gorman. So Swaggart claims Gorman then offered to remain silent if Jimmy Swaggart would publicly apologize and say he had lied about Gorman's affairs and help Gorman rebuild his ministry. Jimmy Swaggart would not do it. Gorman showed the photos to church leaders, and Jimmy Swaggart, I have sinned against you, my Lord. Oh, my goodness. 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House. Home of the Kimmer Safe, for crying out loud. Even Safe, Silly Rabbit, medical records, living will, pictures, jewelry, cash, guns. Always on sale. They got rebates and, oh, my God. AtlantaSafeHouse.com. You can find out even more. Let's see, 4:55, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And we have an awful lot of things coming in here on a hectic rate as we check news stories. And we got comments. Our YouTube mafia's out there. And we got these jokes. And we got these memes. And we got these other things. We got Pete Davis. So we got a little Pete's tweets for you right here.
The British Labour government now is threatening people over there that if they dare criticize any actions by police, you are engaging in far-right extremism. This is a response to citizens questioning why rapists and pedophiles are getting no prison time while people are just posting opinions online or going to jail. So actor Lawrence Fox responded, so basically everything except raping children is far-right extremism these days. Over here. By the way, Apple just bent over and took it from the Labour government over there, has opened up where the Labour government can now look at all your calls and all your messages and everything on your Apple phones.
Oh, my God.
So remember,
you want to hear one more quick thing? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is what, since you mentioned unfortunate. This is going to knock you out. Five Guys, the store Five Guys, they have branches in Birmingham, England. Five Guys has now changed its menu for Muslims. They're making major change. They have removed bacon, hot dogs, and alcohol from several stores of Five Guys in Birmingham. If you're a non-Islamic Brit living in Birmingham, they're telling you what you do and doesn't matter. You should shut up about it. Goodbye to civilized England. This beautiful land is falling fast.
It's fallen.
There you go. I mean, holy cow, going falala or lalol or whatever they call it. It's a word for the kind of falol, I think.
It's funny only the Western countries are having to deal with multiculturalism. Everybody else gets to keep their culture, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And to fight this insanity, British patriots are carrying portable projectors around to set up and project news on the side of buildings about all the members of the Labour government and the state-run media who've been caught as pedophiles and gotten away with it. So they're putting their faces up and everything. Over and over. It happens all the time over there. Charlie Kirk points out CNN is now confirming that common sense is making a comeback. 4 years ago, only 62% of Americans opposed men playing women's sports. Now it's up to 79%.
Thanks to the liberals.
Trump going after the Maine governor today, he's telling her that your people don't like that.
That's
and
right.
keep doing it.
Yeah.
And for those of you still holding out for miracle cures for baldness, Janine has some bad news for us.
Yeah.
She posts a pic of Amazon owner Jeff Bezos, and the caption reads, "When the world's richest guy is bald, it's proof there is no cure for baldness. Stop wasting your money."
Isn't that such a silly thing? I mean,
how can they not cure?
I know.
Make hair grow on the top of your head.
And especially since anybody
the
who could
money they
come
could
up,
make.
every man in the world.
It would be bigger than Viagra.
Oh, it'd be bigger than aspirin.
It would be bigger than U.S. Steel, Michael.
It'd be bigger than breathing air. I mean, my God, how is it possible?
Get hair to grow back, and there are women that need it.
Some kind of enzyme synapse thing, or I mean, there's got to be I can't believe there's no follicle thing to say don't go yet. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. Anyway, 4:58. We ain't got time for Flounder's Funny or Flounder kind of thing.
Elon needs to work on this.
A couple weeks ago, my sister had a gender reveal party. Okay, listen, ladies, look at me. Look at me. Nobody cares. Okay, nobody cares.
Gender reveal.
Nobody cares. I'm sitting there, so I'm going to this, and my mom's like, go to the gender reveal, be supportive, be mature older brother. I was like, I'm going to do it. But then I was like, and I was driving over there, and I was like, I'm going to be supportive, be mature. But I was like, Lord, you know what? I'm a vessel, okay? So if you give me a joke, I'm just going to, just pass it through, not my will, but yours be done, you know? Anyway, so we're doing this whole thing. It's a girl. Everybody's cheering. And I'm keeping it together. I'm mature. I'm being composed. And then they go, we have a name picked out. Everybody gather around. We have a name. And they go, our daughter's name is going to be Ariel. They were like, John? I was like, yes. And then they were like, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know what happened. I just go, Ariel, named after the princess or the font? If it was a boy, it was going to be Calibri. I don't know. How does it... Who's going to babysit? Aunt Helvetica? I don't know.
A little onomatopoeia for us up there. Who's that guy, Flounder?
Mr. John Christ.
There you go. All right, thank you, my friend. Almost 5 o'clock. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let it rip Friday. Man, we got so much more we haven't even gotten to. It's all coming up, too. Look at it. And Holy Crap is sports and everything. Oh, my God.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
I'm Daria Albinger. Fox News. The FBI is getting a new leader today as Kash Patel gets sworn in.
The FBI, no question, has been mirrored with controversy since its founding in 1908 over different points in time. But really the past 10 years, we've seen a lot of that controversy. He also wants to make things more transparent for the American people and end what he calls, quote, the weaponization of justice. This is something that Attorney General Bondi has talked about. He said in a statement yesterday posted on X that my mission administration director is clear: let good cops be cops and rebuild the trust in the FBI. Working alongside the dedicated men and women of the Bureau and our partners, we will rebuild an FBI the American people can be proud of.
That's Fox's David Spunt. See you in court. That's what the Proud Boys are telling the Justice Department.
Today, we are announcing a lawsuit against the DOJ. Woo!
Yeah!
For their murders, their lies, and the endless suffering they have put us through.
That's former leader Enrique Tarrio. They're claiming wrongful incarceration after the January 6th riot. After the Southern California wildfires, LA's fire chief out of a job.
Mayor Bass firing Chief Crowley effective immediately. She put out a statement which says in part, quote, "We know that 1,000 firefighters that could have been on duty the morning the fires broke out were instead sent home on Chief Crowley's watch." Chief Crowley had previously said that Mayor Bass's slashing of millions of dollars from the fire department budget would reduce the department's effectiveness and ability to respond to wildfires. Mayor Bass, on her end, in recent days had been blaming Chief Crowley for not warning her about the fire risk before she left for her trip to Africa.
Fox's Bill Malusian, a federal judge will allow Trump administration to pull thousands of U.S. Agency for International Development staffers off the job. That happening today. America listening to Fox News.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of plank. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer House. I go on this Let It Rip Friday with Pete Davis and Flounder. It's 503. Here's the number, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Is Donald Trump? Oh, no, it's just part of the fight. Donald Trump earlier again today. Unfortunately, we missed it because he wasn't live at the time, but he once again met reporters and just started talking to them. And I'm telling you, anytime we get a chance to do that between 3 and 6, we're going to cover it live. Also, Kash Patel was sworn in, and he addressed the folks too. And I just, man, one thing after another. And Pam Biondi's in the news talking about the Jeffrey Epstein files. I mean, all these things are unfolding. Pete just mentioned another federal judge has now rejected his or her own determination later. Now Donald Trump, yes, for the temporary time being, is allowed to continue firing people. They still blocked him, try to get rid of the birthright business, but he is allowed to fire people, and I think he's still at least temporarily allowed to keep looking into files. But again, all these things are being appealed, and I mean, so it's all going to go to the Supreme Court. But again, it's all unfolding, it's all happening, and it's making me, I'm loving it. It's going freaking nuts. I mean, he's getting to the bottom. Again, there's more studies today about Doge and how much money they found by school districts under COVID money. Again, this was the same business that President Slimebag, the pervert who should be in prison and impeached himself, Joe Biden, did to hide the money during the COVID business, where they started spending money they called COVID funds to deal with that in school systems. And there were school systems who spent $90,000 to rent rooms at Caesar's Palace in Vegas. One school district in L.A. spent $400,000 to rent L.A. Stadium, the Dodger Stadium or something, for a meeting. I mean, the federal money for stuff like that, just from school districts, billions of dollars. So any stuff like that's happening. And we got Holy Crap of Sports. We got all kinds of things coming up. And so a couple quick things here before we get to the newsy stuff. We're going to play Donald Trump with the governor of Maine. Holy crap. And then the idiot. Oh, my God. They've got a new idiot to lead the Democrat Party. That hottie little bimbo-looking Jasmine, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett from Texas. Oh, my God. She's the new face of the Democrat Party. Apparently, we'll hear from her, too, and coming up in a second. First of all, a couple quick updates. Pete Davis, happy birthday to my wife Hoppo again too. I was still kill for her, die for her, and it's her birthday today. And I put on Facebook page and YouTube of some video of when I had Jack the Good Boy. I used to wish her her happy birthday with Jack the Good Boy. And I thank God I have a whole bunch of videos of him. And so anyway, so. That's cool. Anyways, happy birthday, Apple. There you go. And also, Pete Davis, the Chef Boyardee. I tried last night, and you know what? I realized. Pete was kind of kidding me because Chef Boyardee, those canned raviolis now come in overstuffed size raviolis, which to me would be remarkably wonderful. So I went to the store yesterday and got some. They have both Italian and beef ravioli, and they're overstuffed. And so I tried them, Pete. And you know, the fact of the matter is, I remembered I really don't like the tomato sauce. It's really not very good, but I love the raviolis. I mean, you know, if I could figure out a way to kind of separate most of it out or something.
Wash them off.
Yeah, I do kind of brush it off a little bit. But I forgot. Yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten how much the tomato sauce is really pretty bad tomato sauce. You know, it's not exactly Italian tomato sauce, but those damn raviolis are, you know, for canned ravioli. My God, man, canned ravioli. I was married to an Italian. Hoppo's Italian. Oh. Her mother's name is Parmi Chanfrini. Her dad was Gregorio Russo. I mean, come on. So anyway, so I did have my overstuffed ravioli, which is pretty cool. Oh, another quick thing before I get into some newsy stuff. This hit me like a brick. I'm such an idiot. Again, I'm just an old goof. I realized the other day that when I was going through my Facebook page, my Ken Peters Facebook page, and I hit something. I hit something. One of the buttons there, I forgot what it was, and it showed me Facebook friend requests, which is not the same thing as when it shows up and says here, Facebook may be interested in this person, or you may know this person, something like that. That's not the same thing as a Facebook request. Well, I realized I never look at Facebook requests. As under friends, friend requests. And I just got one. I mean, I've got a million of them, and they go back years. And so now I'm wondering.
People think you hate them.
Well, I'm what? Oh my God! I never. I mean, what am I? Well, golfing buddies. Like 2 years ago, and again, I don't. And I never. I've and then the last thing I knew, people say, "Well, I tried to get you, but they won't allow me to be a Facebook friend because I have too many requests or something." So I didn't even know about this stuff. So now I'm feeling like an idiot because I've got people I know and my friends have been asking me to be a Facebook friend, and I've never replied. And there's one year 34 weeks. Another one, let's see, 22. Oh no, this goes 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 years, 21 weeks, 25 weeks, 1 year. Another 1 year. I mean, it's just, my God. Anyway, so I apologize if I'll try, and I don't know what to do. And it's now I can't reply to somebody who asked me to be a Facebook friend, you know, a year ago or 6 months ago. Can I?
They
Wouldn't
keep
that be
ignoring
stupid?
him. Yeah, by all means, just keep ignoring him.
Yeah, but would they have forgotten it by now? I mean, would they still be thinking that that bastard Peterson or what?
Well, they've already thought you're a bastard.
Oh God! See, I hate that. I hate all this. I just, you know, God here. Jeez. Anyway.
People literally are begging to be your friend, and you just look the other way.
I have no.
Pshaw. It is beneath one such as I.
I have no.
I am above it all.
I have no concern for the
Common
little people.
rabble,
Clearly,
hoi polloi.
I'm just not a good person. Oh, mercy. What was I going to tell you? I didn't tell you my flirting story at Publix the other day, too, when I was there getting my ravioli. And if I'd been my younger, better-looking self, I think I could have pulled it off. When there was this girl walking around, and again, I did not follow anybody in a grocery store. I used to follow pretty girls around just for fun. I don't even do that at all. I did notice this young, she looked from the side or in the back, she was ahead of me and walking down an aisle, and she was kind of petite and real bouncy. She was real peppy in her step, you know, and just kind of looking around and kind of in a hurry and just minding her business. and she had a weird, really weird hairdo. She had really long black hair, and she had like two ponytails or something. One real high and one it was really just unusual, kind of puffy and bouncy. And then I saw her kind of walking around down a couple aisles, and I was going somewhere else, so I went a different direction. But my impression of her was, what a very, cute, young looking woman. I mean, she was happy. She had no idea that she was really attractive. She just kind of going about her business, minding her own business, had no idea. It's like when a girl's really pretty, but she doesn't act like it or doesn't know it. It's just something special. And I thought I just kind of got that impression of her. Okay, so then like 2 minutes later, I'm going to get the ravioli or something. I go in the aisle, and she's coming down the aisle toward me. And so she sees me, and she kind of smiles, and I sort of smiled or tip my cap like I always do. And then we pass each other. 4 minutes later, I'm over there getting the sweet tea, and I go around the corner, and she's coming in to get the sweet tea. Okay, so then we pass again like that, and no big deal. And so I go to the register. I'm not making this up. I go to the register. I put the thing down to get. I had like 5, 6 things. I'm paying the bill, and son of a gun, that girl comes behind me and is next to me, is behind me in line at the register. And so I said to the register girl, I said, watch out for this one. She's been following me all morning. And thank God she laughed. I mean, she chuckled and she laughed. And it was really kind of sweet. And I kind of looked at her like that. And she kind of smiled and laughed. And then the cashier said, well, maybe she likes you. And I thought, poor thing. And I said, oh, I know. I don't think that's possible. But, and I tipped my cap again and got the hell out of her. But again, if I'd been a younger guy, I would have tried to try to flirt with her because she was really cool. She would look like a happy girl. She was just minding her own business. And when they know they're pretty, I'll bet she knows that she was hot. I mean, she was not a gorgeous knockout, but she was a very attractive, happy young woman, minding her own business. And there's just something about that which is kind of refreshing. That's all. And so I kind of played a little game with her, and she was fine with it, and everybody's fine. So that's my story.
Suddenly the mystery of why you were never able to close the deal when you were younger is no longer a mystery.
Well, I think the bad part might have been when I said to her, baby, this would be the most exciting 45 seconds of your life. That didn't work either.
I like how you casually start the story by saying, I used to stalk women in stores, but I don't do it anymore.
I know, I don't do it anymore. It never really worked out very well.
I stopped a few months ago.
I never played our sound bites. I'm sorry, I wrote the whole freaking segment. We're going to play Donald Trump. We're going to play that idiot new Democrat chick. Oh, my God, we've got it all. And when the British lady says, we want more Trump in Britain, and for very good reason, by the way, plus the Israeli and the killing the baby. Oh, God, we got it all. Pete Davis, holy crap, next, 5:13. Look out, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Catherine Mayer seems to think that looting is okay, though it might be counterproductive. We're talking 2020, after the death of that career criminal and thug George Floyd. There was mass looting of shoe stores, jewelry stores, whatever in Los Angeles. And Catherine Mayer weighed in on it. Here's what she had to say. I mean, sure, looting is counterproductive, but it's hard to be mad about protests not prioritizing the private property of a system of oppression founded on treating people's ancestors as private property. So there you go. That's what looting is to the CEO of National Public Radio.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Okay, I'm getting the doggy. Yes, when I go back to Dr. Dina Giesler. Holy crap, sports coming up, but holy cow, I can't wait to go back. Hey, here you go. I can't wait to go back to my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, Dr. Dina Giesler, doggy dentist. Yes, it's true. Atlantis Smiles is the name of the practice. And again, she's been doing this for decades. I first went 30 years ago. Dentist to the stars. We used to joke about her because all the folks I know in the business used to go. And reason, she does all the things, the cleaning and bridges brooches and crowns and all the stuff you need done, including I had a little thing done down here in the right corner with a so-and-so, and she's had a replacement thing made with AI. Talk about new technology. Holy cow. I mean, it's really the top of the line stuff, the new stuff, but it's like an individual kind of a spa treatment sort of a thing. The Kimmer babes, I call them, who work there, these are the most nurturing, nurse-like people you've ever met. They're happy, they're professional, they love their country, and they love their job, and they love to make people happy with what they're doing, including whether you take the gas or not. There's a little doggy, and you get lucky enough to have that little doggy take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done on your teeth and your gums. Goodness sakes, what can you think of next? What a great idea. Dr. Dina, she's got it all. Veterans, 10% off the top. Just tell them when you call. Here's the number, 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting for you. AtlantaSmiles.com.
Its technology is not just intelligent, it's thoughtful. Its cabin is not just spacious, but sensuous and stylish. It's indulgent yet versatile. And its electrified performance can energize you with every drive. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV.
For just $559 per month for 39 months with $48.73 due at signing.
Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through February 28th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. Now that President Trump has unburdened us from what could have been, our country's finally headed in the right directions. But the Democrats are screaming and yelling and losing their minds. And unfortunately, the bad guys are still here and they want your stuff. Thank you, Joe Biden. And customers are still reporting break-ins and thefts of their hard-earned valuables. Don't wait till it's too late. Get a quality safe from the Safe House. We carry the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. And remember, gun safes are sales tax-free at Atlanta Safe House. So give us a call or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Are you tired of dealing with loud, ugly, drafty garage doors? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Now is a great time to upgrade with brand new, efficient, quiet, and beautiful garage doors. Your garage door is the biggest opening in your home, which is why it's such an important part of your home's curb appeal and energy efficiency. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078. Get started today by visiting us at allfourseasonsgarages.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Atlanta? We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Atlanta for free. That's right. We'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. Atlanta is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Discover the simple steps developed by Joe Arias, one of real estate's greatest rags to riches stories. You'll learn to flip properties and secure rental properties without using your own money and in your spare time. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Atlanta and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
My God, Kaylee McEnany looks like Veronica Lake. She changed her hair, almost didn't recognize her. It's going on the Fox 5 thing right now on TV. Holy crap. Pete, you'll love it. Take a look. What do you think? Anyway, Kimber Pete Potter 520 is sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Spencer Strider took the mound today down in Northport. Looking good.
Did he?
That's a nice sight. Yeah, nice sight to see.
Excellent.
New Braves outfitter Jurickson Profar has played with and against the best players in baseball. So how does he rank Ronald Acuna Jr. in comparison to those guys? Profar told Mark Bowman of MLB.com, Acuna and Fernando Tatis Jr. are a different level. I think maybe Shohei Ohtani is up there with them. They're in a league of their own. He puts them above Soto. When Soto's a great hitter, but not much anything else.
Yeah, mercy.
Braves begin spring training games tomorrow against Minnesota. Chris Sale to start. Braves pitchers Pierce Johnson and Ian Anderson were on the sister station 680 The Fans Cellini and Domino show this week, and both said the new automatic balls and strikes being tested will likely lead to less offense because hitters become more choosy and don't swing as much. Anderson saw that happening when he was in the minor leagues with the ABS system last year. So we'll see.
But why would they swing less if they...
Because they have a good eye. Basically, they know where the zone is right now, and the zone is basically calling less strikes.
Yeah, so they think they're better than the umps are about picking out... Oh, cool.
No, they're calling... The ABS is calling more balls and strikes.
I got you. Yeah.
The hitters know this.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Major League Baseball and ESPN will part ways after this season because MLB did not want to accept less money to stay on a shrinking platform. The deal ends 3 years early. Now, baseball has already negotiated smaller contracts with both Apple TV and Roku TV. But CNN is reporting, so take this with a grain of salt, that idiot Commissioner Rob Manfred's spin that this split was mutual is a lie, that ESPN unilaterally canceled it after 35 years. Either way, expect to see baseball games on Amazon Prime or NBC Peacock or CBS Paramount in the next few years, if not sooner.
Oh, well, goodbye. Gee, I'm going to miss it. Golly, so I can't be able to watch baseball anymore?
Gee, they're going to miss your one TV.
Yeah, they're going to really, because, you know, you get to this age, really don't count as a demographic.
99% of the rest of the world, including
well, that's why I'm not.
People your age or older.
Well, we don't count anymore.
Get their nephew to come over and maybe plug it in.
Nobody could care about us anyway. So, it's good. It's good that way. I like it that way better.
Poor thing.
Well, it doesn't matter who watches baseball, whoever cares about the American, thing. Sorry.
For almost half a century, facial hair not allowed by the Yankees. Not anymore. No. Their hair policy formally amended for the first time today. Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner said they will allow well-groomed beards effective immediately, which changes the rule his father George did back in 1976. The elder Steinbrenner had a military background and thought regulating players' appearance would instill discipline. Ironically, on this day in 1986, in defiance of the Reds policy, Raleigh Fingers refused to cut off his trademark handlebar mustache. He retired from baseball. Future Hall of Fame reliever left the game with 341 saves, but 14 years later, in 2000, the Reds dropped their ban on wearing earrings. Why did they do that?
God. For batting helmet problems, I guess probably.
3 words, Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, well, yeah, dangling freaking,
Had to have him.
By the way, I wish they'd left that base or the mustache thing in place when Randy Johnson got hired at the Yankees and they made him shave that mustache. What an unattractive poor guy.
Oh, like the mustache made him look like Tom Selleck.
Well, no, but it sure helped a lot for when he had to take the hair off his face. I'm just saying, sorry, man.
I hate it. Every spring, around my birthday, I shave everything off, a clean start for spring, and I hate myself for like a week.
There you go.
Just can't stand it. The Hawks fell at home to Orlando 114-108 last night. Trae Young not happy with the referees. The All-Star guard was tagged with a technical foul early in the fourth quarter, said the officiating was one-sided, and the two teams are jockeying for a playoff seeding in the Eastern. The Magic are known to be a very physical team, yet even they were laughing when fouls were not called against them. Trae finished with 38 points and said, "You just wish that you could get some refs that just don't take things personal and understand that people grow. I'm not 19 anymore. I can communicate with these people."
Good point.
Well, he had a rep early on that he was very mouthy with the refs, and now they don't. They hold it against him. They still do.
That's for sure.
An unnamed Jets player was followed to his home in New Jersey and robbed at gunpoint last weekend. Player was partying in a Manhattan nightclub, but when he left, his vehicle was followed all the way to Morristown, New Jersey, 33 miles away.
And he didn't have a gun with him, his own gun? Oh, that's where New York State? Is this where you were? Yeah.
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah. Well, that'll never probably
I don't know. A 20-year-old former high school football player from Miami Gardens arrested in the case of Carson Beck's stolen Mercedes and Lamborghini. But his accomplices in the luxury cars are still in the wind.
Oh, be darned. Well, they're in Europe right now. Are you kidding me? They're on a boat.
Cut up.
Yeah, well,
cut up.
Well, you don't cut up a Lamborghini. You sell it to some sheikh in Saudi Arabia for $3 million or whatever they do.
The sheikhs can get it.
I know. I'm just saying, it'd be pretty stupid to cut up a Lamborghini, a chop shop.
Well, you can sell the parts.
Well, I know, but still, it seemed to get a quick sale of the car, just turn it around, and boom, it's gone. You got your cash in the store. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know about these things. So.
Your career is long in the past of boosting cars. So.
I can hotwire.
Nebraska has suddenly canceled their home-and-home football series with Tennessee in 2026 and 27. The Cornholers wanting 8 games in 2027 said to be their reason. The Volunteers are not happy with the change and said, we had nothing to do with this. And the Cornhusker fans are livid, absolutely livid about this.
What the hell's going on?
And well, they want the easier teams to play.
Yeah.
And as a gesture of goodwill and in a very gracious manner, the United States allowed Canada to win the four-nation hockey tournament in Boston last night.
Very funny.
The real winners, gambling sites, which set new records for hockey betting. But while this is a day of celebration in the Great White North, it's also a day of mourning for Canadian hockey, as today is the 51st anniversary of hockey player Tim Horton, founder of Tim Horton Donut Shops, dying in a car crash at age 44.
I'll be darned. That's right. That's not good.
MLB, the NFL, NCAA, and NASCAR said they will support a bill introduced in Congress yesterday that would give state and local law enforcement the ability to disable drones during sporting events. It's an increasing threat.
Yeah.
The bill, sponsored by Senator Tom Cotton, Republican of Arkansas, and Senator Jackie Rosen, Democrat of Nevada, entitled the Defense Act. It means disabling enemy flight entry and neutralizing suspect equipment.
Wow.
Somebody stayed up all night for that acronym,
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
holy cow.
Yeah. And sorry to disappoint everybody.
No.
But Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports says the much-anticipated boxing bout between Patrick Mahomes Sr. and John Rocker is off.
And they went through all that publicity stunt for nothing. Oh, sorry.
Dave says the fight was nixed by Mahomes Jr. and his wife Brittany.
Yeah, I'll bet.
This cancels a payday for Senior of at least $85,000 American dollars. Portnoy says the idea came from Senior and Rocker themselves, saying they hated each other and they wanted to fight.
Oh, dear God.
But Portnoy is not happy about that. In fact, it's pretty much Portnoy's complaint about this.
Portnoy's complaining about By the way, obviously the kid could give his old man $85,000 and tell him just go to the freaking beach or something. I mean, my God, I don't get the point. Why?
Supposedly, he was threatened to be cut off if he went ahead with it.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't. If that was my old man, I think I'd probably want to stop it. Absolutely.
Yeah, because Rocker would have killed him.
Have you ever seen John Rocker lately?
Oh, my
Jesus.
Like Andre the Giant. He's unbelievable. And he was always a hothead, and he was always built.
Yeah, he was absolutely.
There's sports.
Well, no, there's not quite sports there, my friend. We have so much more. We have so much more. 1952, Dick Button. We just talked about Dick Button with his famous triple salchow and the double toe loop. Dick Button won his second Olympic figure skating gold medal. Yes, February 21st, 1952. Dick Button wins the second one, the first American to ever take home the men's title. After dominating men's figure skating in 48 and 52, he retired from amateur competition, later became the sport's leading analyst, and sounded, it's the famous Dick Button with a triple salchow and stuff.
But he changed the sport. He brought American athleticism into it.
Yes, he did. He became, and again, that's when women particularly changed. I mean, if you've seen the early Olympic women skaters, oh my God, and now, I mean, they're gymnasts. He was started skating as a boy, won the 48 Winter Olympics in St. Moritz, youngest man to capture Olympic gold, first American to do it. Let's see, Olympic Games in Norway, Button captured the gold again. He did the first ever triple toe loop loop in competition won the National World Championship.
You mean the triple lending?
The triple toe loop, my friend, not the triple Lindy that Rodney Dangerfield pulled off when he went back to school. By the way, that's still a great freaking movie, about half of it. Yeah, Dean Martin. I don't think you understand the size of the check. You know,
I was at home playing Beatles albums. I was up to my butt in rice paddies.
That's right, Patty. Oh, Charlie's coming on. Is she right? Because I know. 5:30. Give her feet and flout. It's Friday. Come on, Kelly.
Keep my eye on you.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Okay, I'm getting the doggy. Yes, when I go back to Dr. Dina Giesler. Holy crap, sports coming up, but holy cow, I can't wait to go back. Hey, here you go. I can't wait to go back to my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, Dr. Dina Giesler, doggy dentist. Yes, it's true. Atlanta Smiles is the name of the practice. And again, she's been doing this for decades. I first went 30 years ago. Dentist to the stars. We used to joke about her because all the folks I know in the business used to go. And reason it's, she does all the things, the cleaning and bridges and crowns and all the stuff you need done, including I had a little thing done down here on the right corner with a so-and-so, and she's had a replacement thing made with AI. Talk about new technology. Holy cow. I mean, it's really the top of the line stuff, the new stuff, but it's like an individual kind of a spa treatment sort of a thing. The Kimmer babes, I call them, who work there, these are the most nurturing, nurse-like people you've ever met. They're happy, they're professional, they love their country, and they love their job, and they love to make people happy with what they're doing, including whether you take the gas or not. There's a little doggy, and get lucky enough to have that little doggy take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done on your teeth and your gums. Goodness sakes, what can you think of next? What a great idea. Dr. Dina, she's got it all. Veterans, 10% off the top. Just tell them when you call. Here's the number, 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting for you. AtlantaSmiles.com.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They're locally owned and operated, and you can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Here today with Evan Ward, the founder, president, and financial advisor with Atlas Retirement. And Evan, we've recently seen markets soaring. And with that, some folks a little worried the market may crash. So when we hear recession talk, particularly for those in retirement, what can folks do? What can your clients do to better protect their savings?
Kevin, the only people that remember how much money they lost in the housing crisis was the folks who sold their homes during retirement. You look back at the dot-com crash, you look at the housing crisis in the market, that was 15 and 20 years ago, respectively. And so you were 20 years younger. And when you're that far away from retirement, you're not looking to spin that asset down. So it's a bad day. It hurts. But it's not life-changing. But that same attitude, now that you're nearing and in retirement, can come back to haunt you, because now you are using those assets. You are relying on that resource, and you are that person selling the house in the middle of the housing crisis because your assets are what you're using to provide your retirement. What we do is we put together a plan that says no matter what the timing of the market, you have a bad market right before, or even worse, right after you retire, you're not sitting there going, oh gosh, I don't have enough anymore. I need to go back to work. The whole point of working as hard as you have your whole life is to make sure that that isn't ever in the cards. You have a plan in place, that you have the confidence that you will never have to worry about the timing of the market and how it's affecting your resources that you are relying on.
Call Atlas Retirement today for a complimentary risk review on your savings and investments. That number is 678-736-7799, 678-736-7799, or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
Have you considered securing your family's future? Protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademark Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Guy, 82. And remember 2001 Space Oddity, one of the actors, Gary Lockwood, is 88 years old today. Holy cow.
Open the pod bay doors.
Yeah. And I think yesterday we had a birthday list of a girl singer, I think it was, or an actress, and she was married to Jordan Peele. Well, today's Jordan Peele's birthday. He's 46. Anyway, so the whole fam family. And also, well, you're going to hate me for this, boys, but I got to do it. 1953. I'm sorry, this is the truth, so I have to mention the truth. This was the day that Cambridge University science James Watson and Francis H.C. Crick announced they have determined the double helix structure of the DNA molecule. Shut up. They work also with another DNA researcher, a girl named Rosalind Franklin, who never got included in the announcement of the thing, nor did she share the Nobel Prize for it. The deoxyribonucleic acid business discovered in 1869, but its role wasn't really known until these guys worked with it. Dr. Watson and Dr. Crick, two of the many people working on it. Linus Pauling did some models on it early in the 53, but Watson and Crick did their own thing. They said the structure of DNA was a double helix polymer, a spiral of two DNA strands containing a long chain of monomer nucleotides wound around each other. Well, in the movie of, I think it was Search for the Double Helix or something like that, it's a real highbrow kind of movie. I loved it. It's old. It's decades ago. And it shows in the movie that they were making a model, putting all the little teeny little nucleotides or whatever on this strand and was curling around. They figured it was curling around. And the guy had his like a plastic or like a Tinker Toy model of what they were doing, and he dropped it on the floor. And when he picked it up, it had one side had gone upside down, and he realized, oh my God, it fits upside down. Half of the strand, when you turn it, it fits perfectly. And that, very Mr. Funny Pants over there. Pete Davis is writing down on the Kimmer bingo card that I had to talk about this because the story was I was with one of the first time I was on the Phil Donahue show in Chicago, and my girlfriend who died on me in my arms literally was the first human being on the planet to take the artificial interferon for her cancer, and so she was famous. She's in the history books and everything else. And I was with her guy, so I went with her on the show to Phil Donahue, and I was in the green room with her when James Watson and the other guests of the show were in the green room, and I was the guy who went up to Dr. James Watson, who had won the Nobel freaking Prize on the Phil Donahue show when he was done, and I went up to James Watson and I said, Doctor, you got some egg on your chin there, my friend. He had some egg from his breakfast on his chin. And I was the one who told him he had egg on his chin to the guy who won the Nobel Prize for DNA. I mean, that isn't a bucket list thing. I don't know what is. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to say it. I got like 4 things in my life, and that's one of them. Anyway, 541. Man. 5 o'clock hour. Lee Brandt Jewelers, our sponsor. Affordable luxury watches and stuff, jewelry stuff. Their store in Sandy Springs, or go to leebrandt.com for crying out loud, and everything will be fine. 541. Kim repeating Flounder. Okay, we'll play some sound bites here, Flounder, as he's doing something. Are you okay in there? Well, here we go. Let's do number 5. This is incredible. Today, Donald Trump had the governors over at the White House talking about how things are going. And then, Donald Trump said this, and the governor of Maine, a girl and a freaking idiot liberal, took on President Trump. It went like this, Flounder.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine.
About boys and girls
Maine
sports.
here, the governor of Maine? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state. Good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
What a snotty thing to say.
And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
See you in court to the President of the United States?
We'll see him.
You snotty.
Did you hear what Riley Gaines said about it?
No, please.
Maine got $4 billion in federal funding last year, and they're willing to throw it away if it means boys can steal from, violate, and trample on girls.
It's about time. He's doing the right thing. Nobody thinks this is a good idea. Well, how does this even become part of the public freaking discussion about boys in the locker room with girls? I mean, seriously, how the hell did it ever get to this point where it's even brought up? I can't imagine my parents allowing even the topic of discussion at a family dinner table or a meeting or anything. They'd be flabbergasted.
Liberals.
God. And it's got to start in the schools. It's got to start in the do-gooders. Oh, I mean, the school system used to be babysitters. I mean, it used to be, take care of you and your parents. So, and nourishing and stuff like that, which is a good thing to start when you're trying to take care of children. But this is education's a way different thing than trying to nourish people about what, let's all share all your candy together. This isn't freaking socialism. I don't want to give you my candy. I earned it. You get your own candy. Anyway.
Maryland Democrats are pushing a bill in their House over there, which would allow vending machines with condoms to be available at your child's kindergarten, nursery school, or elementary school.
Now, see, there's nobody who thinks
They're
that's
insane. They're evil. They're evil.
And again, 544 already. Holy cow. Let's cut number 2 here, Flounder, if you would. This is incredible. This apparently is the new face of the Democrat Party. This idiot black chick from Texas, Jasmine Crockett, she's even more of a psychopath than a Calcio Bang Bangio Stupidio. And she is actually, you can hear her talking now, cut number 2, about how she hopes America loses the trade war. Number 2.
The fact that I'm rooting for Canada and I'm rooting for Mexico a lot is really wild. But they are really the ones that are speaking truth to power right now. They can see what it is, and they were like, we are not messing with this crazy regime from Mar-a-Lago, and basically calling them thugs. That's what it is. But I'm like, y'all knew who he was when y'all elected him. So.
Oh, my God. She's the new face of the Democrat. She's everywhere. You see this black chick. It looks like a bimbo. She's got those 9-inch fingernails. How the hell can she answer about, do things that she has to do with her fingers, but also dial a phone or something with those big curly, oh, God. Well, whatever. What do I know? Anyway, okay, now let's do this. Speaking of how people react to Donald Trump in the world affairs, Flounder number 3. Here's a British lady. If you think, Canada's all upset, Mexico's all upset, Greenland's right, and Blue Land's all upset, well, here's a British lady, cut number 3, says, I think Donald Trump's doing a pretty damn good job right here.
And we look across the Atlantic with envy. We see President Trump in the Oval Office signing off executive orders, and we want some of that in Britain. We want drill, baby, drill. We want men banned from women's bathrooms and women's sports. We want illegal immigrants deported. We want taxes to be cut. We want a Trump revolution in Britain. We want to flood the zone. We want Elon and his nerd army of muskrats examining the British deep state.
His nerd army of musketeers. Yeah, muskrats, okay. His nerd army of muskrats taking on the British. Oh, my God. 546, it's freaking Friday. Let it rip. Anything goes. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. We're almost done. If you want to join us, you better get on the phone and everything. Dialing like the old days. You remember. Come on, try it. Don't be scared. No, really, I'm serious.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well, because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Don't miss the first MLB All-Star Week event at Truist Park as talent meets tradition in the 3rd annual HBCU Swingman Classic presented by T-Mobile and powered by the MLBPA Youth Development Foundation. Join fans, athletes, and alumni to watch Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. shine a light on 50 of the best young ball players from HBCUs around the country on baseball's biggest stage, July 11th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets today at allstargame.com/swingman.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947. And it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February. So check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
If an emergency happened tomorrow, would you truly be prepared? Most Americans aren't. My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, is offering a special discount on their 3-month emergency food kit. Each kit provides over 2,000 calories daily for 90 days. These aren't typical survival rations. My Patriot Supply provides delicious meals and extras, including chicken, beef, real meat, fruits, and veggies. Being prepared is a state of mind. Take advantage of this special discount to secure your family's future now. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. If you order by 3 p.m., your order will ship within the same day, so you'll be prepared in no time. That's mypatriotsupply.com. mypatriotsupply.com.
Anyway, our birthdays, you're not going to like this either, boys. Well, first of all, Kim Coates is 67. Sons of Anarchy and Bad Blood. Kim Coates is a guy. Kim Coates is not, Kim Darby. Kim Coates is the man, male actor. Sons of Anarchy, 67. I'm killing myself. I wrote down the name Elliot Page, 38, in Juno and Inception. She used to be a girl, and she was a little hottie, and I forgot her first name.
Still a girl.
What's her name?
Still a girl.
What's her first name? I forgot what your real name is, and now her name is Elliot. Ellen Page, and she was cute. I had a little crush on her.
She was cute.
Yeah, she was very cute. Now she's a boy. She's Elliot.
Now she's cut her breasts off and thinks that's a good look.
My God, poor thing. God, Tricia Nixon Cox, 79 years old today. Tricky Dick's daughter. And one more, Kelsey Grammer, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Kelsey Grammer, 70 years old. Kelsey Grammer, who sat next to me at dinner with this cutest, most beautiful, sexy little date that he had on. She looked about 15 years old. And my date was the one who made fun of Don Amici, who was sitting on my other side at a Hollywood dinner of media people. So I had dinner with Don Amici and Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer was as nice as he could be. Don Amici was kind of half asleep. And my date, who wanted to do a triple with another guy another time when I stopped seeing her, when I found out about that. Anyway, said when Don Amici was talking, I was talking about Don Amici in the movie, how much I enjoyed it. Cocoon, remember the movie? That was Don Amici. And she said, well, I really didn't like it very much. I'm like, oh, Jesus, what is the matter with you? Anyway, so that was, I know, put in your little book there.
You got 2 today.
I got 2 today. I'm sorry. I had to say them. I mean, these are bucket things. You can't just not do these things. God. Now, what the hell was I going to do? I forgot what else. A history thing. This is fairly cool, too. An updated history thing, because this is really important. 1931, Sir Douglas Bader was a flying ace who lost his legs, and it helped him in combat. 1931, Bader lost both his legs in an RAF plane crash doing aerobatics. He recovered, took flight training, requested to go back as a pilot. They said, no, you don't have any freaking legs, you idiot. World War II then broke out. He reapplied. He said, okay, they said this lack of legs would help me to combat fly. The pilots make hard turns. The high G forces cause them to black out because the flow of blood from their brain drains to their legs. He didn't have any legs. So Bader could withstand a higher G-force of gravity than the other pilots. In 1941, his plane was shot down. He spent the rest of the war in a POW camp, but he's credited with 22 aerial dogfight victories, 6 probables, 4 more with other guys, a couple of shared, and 11 more enemy aircraft shot down too. The man with no legs, a great combat pilot. Now, speaking of great combat pilots, my buddy from Delta, whose name I won't mention, but in fact, I only fly Delta. I love Delta as an airline, but I hate what they've into their wokeness, and I don't forgive Ed Bastian for not standing up for that woman Marine officer who was belittled and slandered and treated like crap by some sissy freaking male stewardess. Anyway, when Delta Airlines released the comment today saying, oh, you people are saying that those 2 pilots on the plane that flew upside down into Toronto there were somehow unqualified, and they made a statement saying, in fact, I wish I had the damn thing in front of me. It's gone now, but they were very cagily used the words. They said, well, one of the pilots, he was well qualified for the so-and-so, and the other pilot, she was also well qualified for the so-and-so. They never said who flew the plane. The one from Minneapolis that hit Toronto. And I said this afternoon, I guarantee you the reason they never said who was flying the aircraft because the girl was flying. If the man pilot had been flying, they would have said, and the captain of the plane, so-and-so, he was in total control of the so-and-so, and it was a windy blah, blah, blah. Instead, they didn't say who was flying the plane, which meant to me, and I said it out loud, and I took a chance, but I know it was true. I guarantee they never said who was flying the plane because it was the girl flying the plane. And then I heard from my buddy pilot, in fact, I'll read it to you now, that I got from my phone, who texted me, and he's 2 pilots, one retired pilot, 20 years and 25 with Delta. Both his wife and kids fly. Says, under my standing, the female first officer was the pilot flying the plane, and my buddy from Delta, who's flying right now, said she was flying the plane. It was her landing, and at that sink rate, the captain should have taken the airplane or called for a go-around. And again, if you look at the video, that plane came in, it looked like too hard on the right, like it was coming in nose first. Planes don't go in nose first. They go in back wheels first and sit on the runway. And that plane was coming in hard right angle and crashed the right wheel into the gas tank to explode it. Anyway, I guarantee you the reason they didn't say she was flying the plane was because and they were afraid it was going to look bad for girl pilots. And unfortunately, that shouldn't be true. Girl pilots are as good as boy pilots. I mean, male, female. There are fighter pilots who are chicks. I mean, come on, you're killing me here. They can. I mean, if this is a DEI thing.
How many aces? How many female aces do we have?
I would rather be with a guy fighter in a foxhole, and I would rather trust a male fighter pilot than a woman. However, if I own an airliner, I'm not even saying that. We don't even have to go there. The fact of the matter is, it shouldn't have made a difference, but it did make a difference, and I knew it made a difference, and I guarantee that's why Delta has not to this second said the girl girl was flying the plane because they were afraid that it was going to look bad, that it was woke, that it would say that people say the girl can't fly the plane, and Delta was afraid it was going to look bad because they're so afraid of being anti-woke, and at least in their impression and public relations. And it's a damn shame. Well, and I love Delta. I only fly Delta. I'm flying my daughter in first class in Delta in a couple of weeks. So, anyway, what?
Hey, as Little Richard said, the girl can't help it.
Oh, we didn't talk about the parting of the Red Sea with Moses. It was a truth.
AI.
And AI. We got AI. We got a game.
For Monday.
All right, Monday we got AI. We got write that down too in the game and parting of the Red Sea. But we do have time for a Flounders Funny here. Right here.
I don't know a lot about food. All right. First time I had raspberry, 40 years old. 40 years old, first time I had raspberry. I said it at the party. I was like, what is this? And they go, the bowl? That's how much they figured. Well, clearly he knows what raspberry is. It makes more sense for him not to know what a bowl is. I didn't see raspberries growing up. I don't come from money, all right? I still swim with my eyes open. I love processed food, I love it. I'm a farm factory table guy. And
farm factory table.
Always have been,
Nate Bergazzi.
Yes, sir.
One of the greatest of all time. Anyway, boys, any plans for the weekend? It's going to be cold, but, what the hell, it's winter. Pete Davis?
Cold.
Yeah. How Flounder, you and Miss Veronica?
Celebrating my brother's birthday tomorrow, so do a barbecue over at his place.
Hi to the family. Hi to your old man, too. And again, a great job at the wedding. It was wonderful.
Will do. Appreciate
First
that.
week back after the wedding. Congratulations. And the happy married couple. And Grover saying, we're going to go. You're killing me, just like the Kiver. Christine, sing me home, baby, because I do have to go. As I was talking about Monday. Look out. Look out. Herb, stand by.
Streaming across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. XTRA 106.3.